complete extinction on the planet. But somewhere one DNA, one cell, living organism is thrown out of planet Earth, preserved inside a volcano rock. After millions of years comes back to Earth due to gravity or whatever reason, gets into the ocean and starts the life again. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the conscious science to give breakthrough to your DNA through natural selection process and to your consciousness through the conscious decision process. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is a sacred spiritual science. It is not bunch of do's and don'ts. No. Please understand, it is the revelations of sacred truths, cosmic truths, powerful cognition. It is still alive, that science is available, time-tested, foolproof. This science of living enlightenment is the complete solution for all the problems individual or society or modern day humanity is facing. Then you will understand all the problems of the modern day humanity. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is solution. Whether the terrorism or climate change, natural calamities or man-made calamities, for all the problems humanity is facing, the only solution is science of living enlightenment, revealed by Paramashiva from the Vedagamas in the modern day through this body. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution and setting model communities. Understand? KAILASA is reviving the ancient Hindu enlightened civilization. Paramashiva manifested this KAILASA mandala, the enlightenment ecosystem and the lifestyle. I am going to revive this whole enlightenment ecosystem, KAILASA, by creating a model KAILASAs all over the world. I will work sincerely and revive this spiritual science, which is the core for enlightenment ecosystem. All manifest the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness and KAILASA of Paramashiva, and making all of us manifest Paramashiva.
In a world ravaged by war, ecological destruction, hatred and division, KAILASA stands as a bold vision of human potential, coexistence, organic living, and alignment with nature. Over the past 50 years, the world has seen the creation of dozens of new countries, and so if anything, it would be odd not to see a new country formed in the 21st century. Without the protection of political legitimacy, there is an imminent danger that the great tenets, scriptures, and science of creating an enlightened civilization, which spanned 56 states, 200 kingdoms, 1700 samsthanas, and 10,000 sampradayas, will be forever lost to humanity. The Hindu diaspora are highly successful around the world. They formed the dispossessed diaspora who has been driven to other countries because they are unable to practice their religion authentically in their own country. They have flourished in countries where they have been allowed to settle with religious freedom. For example, in the United States, Hindus are the most educated and highest earning community with 77% of them holding a bachelor's degree and 48% having an income of $100,000 or more. Although they are only 1% of the population, Hindus have launched 13.5% of the startups in the USA. They hold leadership, technical and creative positions in companies such as Microsoft, Google, Facebook, etc. This success has been repeated around the world, in the UK, Canada, Australia, etc. James Kirkup, in his 2015 Telegraph article says, British Indians are not just the most successful immigrant group in this country's recent history, but the most successful group of people, full stop. He continues, more extraordinary than the rise in numbers is how it has taken place so harmoniously and profitably for this country and those in it. British Indians, quite simply, are among the most industrious, accomplished and credible amongst us. The best of British, if you like. The same article says that British Hindus are barely 2% of the population, but 12% of all the doctors. Australia and Canada have understood the ingredients of fast economic growth of the country and are doing everything to attract the educated, rich Hindu community. Hindus are the fastest growing migrant population in Australia. In 2017, 200% more Hindus have received invitation for Canadian Permanent Residency Program. Even now, the Hindu diaspora worldwide are the richest. No divorce, have no cases of drugs and substance abuse, lowest mental disorder, no depression. Hinduism is the only religion which neither converts nor kills. Absolutely non-violent, the elite sect of mankind. Because the Hindu diaspora worldwide and the Supreme Pontiff are successful in spreading their spiritual Hindu message of openness and inclusiveness against the forces of hatred and exclusivity, they have become the victims of relentless attacks by multi-armed apparatus of state power. Anti-Hindu forces, extremist caste, supremacist militant organization want a one ideology, Hinduism, under their exclusive domain. What they cannot digest into themselves, they systematically delegitimize and exterminate. Lawfare, assassination attempts, character assassination of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Attempted assassination and assassinated Kailasians. Sexual assaults and rape of female monks of KAILASA. Objectification. Character assassination. State-funded child abuse and sexual abuse on the children of KAILASA.
Then I told I don't want to see a picture. Then I told I don't want to see a picture. Then they showed me a picture.
State-operated embezzlement of funds, properties and assets donated by the Hindu diaspora worldwide for the purpose of the revival of KAILASA. Since 1994, up to until now. Building a nation is not a project accomplished overnight or by virtue of hope. KAILASA is the manifestation of 26 years of sincere hard work, sacrifices, integrity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and the Hindu diaspora worldwide for the past 26 years for the enlightenment of humanity.
Anandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Dhilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, we welcome all the viewers, everyone who have joined us live for this Nithyananda Satsang, the direct, divine, enlightening audience with the avatar, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. We have thousands of you all who have joined us and watching us via Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube, and KAILASA's NTV, KAILASA's HNTV, and KAILASA TV, and various other social media platforms. We welcome all the e-ambassadors and all the whole Hindu diaspora that is joining us for this Nithyananda Satsang with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. It is such a joy joining all of you today in this evening for the Nithyananda Satsang. We have all our Kailasians and e-Kailasians who are sitting, who are blessed to be sitting in the two-way video conferencing, who are sitting in our global Kailasas around the world, in our global Annalayas, which provides free organic sattvic meals to people, and Nithyananda Gurukuls, which provide free education to people, and Nithyananda Hindu University, the world's largest Hindu online university, and Nithyananda Hindu Jnanalaya, which is the world's largest Hindu library with a large palm leaf collection, manuscript collection. We have thousands of you that have all joined us. So we welcome all of you for this Nithyananda Satsang. Today, in this, before we enter into the Nithyananda Satsang, in this short segment, we're all going to be seeing in complete detail about one of the backbone, the root of Hinduism. I'm sure all of us now, having been introduced in the 21st century, having been introduced to a new nation being formed, KAILASA, the world's only Hindu nation. Now, what is, all of us are very curious, I'm sure each of us are very curious about why is a Hindu nation needed and why it is so important to have a nation, have legitimacy to Hinduism. So answering that why, from a very important perspective of KAILASA, the necessity of an enlightened ecosystem, the enlightened civilizational nation. And that is what all of us are going to be discussing today. So we're going to be having a panel.
Welcome to, like, I'm seeing many of you are starting to post comments on KAILASA's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. Welcome. You all can keep interacting with us. You can ask your questions. You can also share your understandings in this live video. If you are watching us through any other Facebook page also, we recommend you to come and comment under KAILASA's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. And also make sure you can also interact with us if you're watching us on YouTube or through any other platform. You can interact with us by going to Twitter and tweeting with the hashtag Nithyananda and hashtag KAILASA.
Yes. Now, joining with us in this segment are two other Balasans from Nithyananda Gurukul, Manitya Jayeshananda and Manitya Vijayeshananda, and myself, Nithyanandita and Ma Tattvapriya. All four of us are going to be now discussing, having a Jivartha Satas. In the words of the Supreme Pontiff, Swamiji tells Jivartha Satas is where we live the great science, we live the teachings, we live the science and discuss about the science with the doubts that we face, the questions that we face as and when we live and apply the science. So we are going to be having the Jivartha Satas on Kailasa, the Hindu enlightened ecosystem, the enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. Yes. Nithyanandamma, Manitya Jayeshananda and Manitya Vijayeshananda, you can also now go ahead and introduce yourselves. And
Nithyanandam, my name is Manitya Jayeshananda and I've been studying in the Gurukul for the past 10 years. Nithyanandam, my name is Manitya Vijayeshananda and I've been in the Gurukul for the past years. And today we welcome all of you to our panel, our segment of why exactly we need Kailasa. And to make a couple of points, I'm here with Majesha, Patatapriya, as well as Nithyananda, to be able to give all of you a platform, not only a platform, to give out your thoughts, but also a place for all of you to learn the knowledge on why exactly we need Kailasa.
yes. So as we are entering into this, just wanted to share with you also, what is this enlightened nation? What does this enlightened civilization mean? And how is it benefiting?
Yeah, actually, even before going into that, like today, right now, we are all focused on various things about advancement, development. The whole society, everyone are running with different goals. Each of us have our goals, what we want to accomplish, especially during this pandemic, what we all have gone through and trying to recover out of it. A lot of things are going on. Now, in this situation, in this scenario, how and why is a Hindu nation, Kailasa, needed? How is this Kailasa going to be really, really needed, helpful for humanity? And when we are saying Kailasa as the ancient, great Hindu enlightened civilizational nation, now that nation, like why and what does it even mean? These are all the different things we are going to be discussing today. And if you are here with us, if you're watching us live now and you are also going to be participating in this, please do leave a comment. And so it's like so beautiful to see many of you joining more and more on the Facebook live video. So Nithyanandam to all. Yes, now let's begin. Now we are going to, so first, what is this great enlightened civilizational nation? Ma, Jayesha and Vijayesha. So since like we had started actually seeing like so many things, Swamiji has spoken about the glory of our past. Swamiji has spoken so much about what exactly as Sanatana Dharma we have contributed to the world. Yes, so maybe you can start sharing the examples of it.
Today we'll be sharing a short presentation on the topic of Kailasa, the enlightened civilization, and the glory of our ancestral past. So here is the short presentation we're presenting right now. Yes. Glory of the past.
See, what exactly does this glory of the past mean? Sanatana Hindu Dharma, our Hindu civilization, has always been existing on planet Earth since several thousand years, since time immemorial. Hindus have peacefully coexisted with all human beings, animals, and nature since several millennia. And Hinduism has offered life solutions, health solutions, way to fulfilling relationships, conflict-free living, completion-based lifestyle, science of enlightenment to humanity. In the words of the Supreme Pontiff, Swamiji tells, Hinduism is simply the greatest science of life, the greatest science to humanity, be it art, architecture, be it education, be it agriculture, be it economics, be it politics, be it science. In every field, we progressed from strength to more strength, advancement to more advancement, because of the societal structure, the right societal structure, and the enlightened civilization, the science of enlightenment being the baseline. Next slide.
India was the planet's largest, oldest Hindu country, considered to be home to the wealthiest civilization. The influence of ancient Hindu history on the modern world is due to many manifestations of great Hindu genius, and the fact that the language people used was so logical that it nourished critical thinking on the fundamental unity underlying mankind's diversity. Up to the 17th century, the wealth in India was more than twice that of the rest of the world combined. So many of the foundations of modern society, science, medicine, mathematics, metaphysics, religion, and astronomy, originated from the source scriptures. We can call India the cradle of human civilization, the birthplace of speech, the mother of history and numerous languages, the grandmother of legends and traditions, all of which trace back to the Hindu scriptures, the Vedas and Agamas. Just in this gist, you can understand how advanced we all were back then, right? Right now, if you see, the modern world is trying to reach back to how we were 5,000 years ago. Keeping in mind that India was the largest Hindu nation at that particular point in time, we were not considered a secular nation. In fact, we were a Hindu nation. Keeping this in mind.
Yes, this is you're talking about just a small correction, because talking about Hindu civilizational nation, Hindu nation, Hinduism was spread over 56 deshas from Gandhar to Gadaram, where it was a huge, Hinduism existed in more than 56 countries. Not just India. Actually, today, many of us have, if you Google, there's a faulty idea that Hinduism only existed in India. So just would like to correct that and reiterate the fact that, there's so many scientific findings on the whole piece of land called Lemuria, which is, in modern day, it's called Lemuria, but it is the Kumari Kandam. So where Hinduism existed in more than 56 countries as a state religion. So state religion, meaning Hinduism was officially part of their constitution itself. It was declared as a state religion.
Actually, the main thing is the way we see what was the glory of our past, but today what we even know about that itself shows the whole decline. That's why even if right now, as you're mentioning, even if you Google and see, this is what we are finding out. But only when we are actually seeing the history and finding the real evidences of everything. The problem is we are taught that our history is a myth. So the fundamental problem starts from there. So we would like to correct it. The actual thing is we were in 56 deshas, 56 nations, widespread. And as Kumari Kanu, even to this day, the whole civilization, where all it existed, it's all across the globe.
So the Hindu diaspora was spread far and wide, and right now we are all dispossessed. And because of so much of invasions and everything, but Hinduism by itself was not limited to any country, is still not limited to any country or a place. Hinduism existed in more than 56 countries, and more than 56 countries has declared Hinduism as a state religion, and that is how we all existed and functioned. And yes, right now, Hindus, factually, in the words of the Supreme Pontiff itself, factually, we are all called majority, but actually we're all minority, whichever place we are. And that is why Kailasa is reviving. Kailasa is standing as a flag bearer of Hinduism reviving this ancient, authentic, enlightened civilization back. So, Jayesh and Vijesha, just discussing on that, we have many people who will have the first question: what is the science of enlightenment? What talking about all of this enlightenment? How is it going to benefit me? Am I going to earn more salary? Am I going to earn? Am I going to be able to live a conflict-free life? Am I going to be able to study and get good grades, or is my son going to be excelling in his career because of that? Whatever. So, what is the relevance of enlightened civilization in practical life?
Okay.
See, because go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So when I joined Gurukul, I've always I was very confused about what was enlightenment. So I didn't understand the hype about enlightenment at one point. I'd be like, what is this enlightenment? What is it physically? What does it do to you? Like mentally, like there's no change. I never understood the concept, right? So over the time that I stayed in Gurukul, I understood what is enlightenment very vaguely. I'm not saying I have understood the full concept and the science of enlightenment, because none of us will do justice by explaining or defining or giving that experience of enlightenment unless and until you are enlightened, right? Even an enlightened master cannot put his enlightenment in words. It's something that you have to experience, is what I understood. But one thing which is completely clear for me about enlightenment is that I have sat and thought about what is the world missing? Why do we need enlightenment? Then it occurred to me that the world is missing the inner peace, right? We are so agitated. If you see externally, we are agitated. Internally, we are agitated. Even though we live in a remote place, we're still agitated. Everywhere you see only agitation. You see so much worked up tension, stress. It's just, extension of agitation. So enlightenment is nothing but you finding that inner peace, is what I have personally understood about the concept of enlightenment. I'm not saying that what I'm saying is right, but this is my personal understanding of what enlightenment is. Why we need it? Because we need that inner peace, and none of us have attained that, right? So when Swamiji says that when I come for satsangs, when I come for darshans, no matter how much incompletions you're in, you see me, you immediately get complete. That is because of the space he holds. It's because of the inner peace he holds. We look at him and we immediately mirror the neurons of what he is, right? So that is why, if you've noticed, most of the devotees and disciples would agree with me, because when you're like really worked up and you're very tensed, the minute you go and sit in front of the satsang or sit in front of Swamiji, you feel so peaceful. You feel like this, like you don't think about what's going to happen in the future or who's going to shout at you. Nothing. You're just there sitting with that peace.
Kailasa nation is the most ancient enlightened civilization, Hindu civilizational nation. There were 49 ancient civilizations, the pre-Bronze Age. The only civilization still alive is Hinduism. This nation, Kailasa, I created as a seed bank for Hinduism to keep everything related to Hinduism alive and revive and share with the world. With the grace of Paramashiva, with the blessings of Paramashiva, Kailasa has successfully happened. So the revival of ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation has happened with its own territory. As on now, we have territory more than one places. And we are also getting from few more countries, few more smaller islands and small territories. I am stitching all of it and forming United States of Kailasa. Soon I'll announce the location where all we have our territories. At least in one place, the Hinduism need to be kept alive as it is, without being constantly attacked, persecuted, destroyed. I wanted all the living and practicing Hindus of the world to know Hinduism is the most peaceful, non-violent, contributing civilization. All over the world, we are minority. I want all the Hindus to know all over the world, other than India, Nepal, we are factually and actually minority. In Nepal and India, we are factually may not be minority, but actually we are minority. Hindus in Nepal and in India, number-wise may not be minority, means factually may not be minority, but actually minority. So fundamentally, Hindus are minority all over the world. At least in one place, we need to keep Hinduism alive. The Hindu enlightenment sciences like yoga, meditation, kriyas, temple rituals, Hindu architecture knowledge, all the Hindu way of healthy eating, Hindu medicine. In every field, the large knowledge our ancestors contributed to humanity need to be kept alive, preserved, made user-friendly and shared with the world. This is the sole purpose why Kailasa is born. To keep the grand narrative of Hinduism alive, I made this Kailasa. Kailasa has successfully happened. I sincerely wanted to thank all the Hindus all over the world for supporting me and making this Kailasa happen. Understand?
Sorry for the technical. Yeah. So right now we'll be continuing with.
Yes. We apologize for the technical glitch to everyone. Just like how Swamiji was explaining in this video, we can stop the screen share for a few minutes. Like how Swamiji explained in this video, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the enlightened civilizational nation, the greater science of life, is now being revived in Kailasa to keep the grand narrative of Hinduism alive. And Swamiji, the way beautifully Swamiji explained the vision as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji has taken the responsibility on himself to completely create one place where this science is kept alive, one place which acts as a seed bank for this enlightened civilization. And that is why Swamiji is forming Kailasa, and as Swamiji beautifully explained all of us, the United States of Kailasa, where Swamiji is stitching all of these individual islands and where we are getting the the many nations, multiple nations forming together, and all of them stitching all of those pieces together, forming United States of Kailasa. So this is very, very, very important.
Actually, just as all of you are watching, why do you think Hinduism needs a seed bank? Just take a moment now and put it in the comments. Why do you feel Sanatana Hindu Dharma needs a seed bank? What do we mean by that? Everything available at best in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, actually all the sciences, taking samples of each of those and having it in one place so that it is protected for the future. Right now, I'll give you one example. There was this, so I think it was in the year 2014 that I went to a temple which once upon a time had 7 steps, which was called as the musical steps. And when we went there, so we were actually looking for those steps. We couldn't find it at all. And when we asked the priest told that the government at that time had wanted to construct a road. And in the name of constructing a road, destroyed this 1,000-year-old ancient steps, which had a science, which protected a science. And to this day, how are we going to be reproducing that? Like this, there are so many in our Adi Kailash. The tall 120 feet tall Shivalinga, the 21 feet tall Shivalinga, which is made of the Navapashanas, the 9 poisons, which when you put it in the right proportions, becomes a medicine. That science, the last person who knew that science has left the body. Now who's the next generation in future to continue that? So for protecting all the sciences of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we need a seed bank of Hinduism, which is Kailasa. So take few minutes and you all can put it in the comments.
Actually, everybody that is watching the YouTube and Facebook live video right now, each of you please go to the comment section and each of you take a few minutes. Why do you think Hinduism, the enlightened civilization, needs to be revived? What do you think was existing as the enlightened civilization nation? How does that translate to you? When I say to you that Swamiji has told about the enlightened civilization, what is the first thing that comes across as an understanding to you? Please go ahead, take a few moments and post it on your Facebook live comment section. And just under this live video, please post your comments, post your understandings, because each of us have a totally new perspective, a unique perspective as to how we see Hinduism as the enlightened civilizational nation.
So I'm saying BK Rajaya is asking how to come to Kailasa. Actually, we will share with you the e-passport link. So you can apply for your passport and you can come to Kailasa. Okay, so many of you are joining in. So requesting each of you to just take a moment And now, Raja, BK Raja, you're asking about Kailasa, right? Now, how do you feel? Why Kailasa as a Hindu nation is needed? All of you can actually, anybody who has like, your understandings or clicks on why Kailasa, why this Hindu civilizational nation. So please take a moment and put it in the comments. So we are reading out the comments from Kailasa's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. Ma Vidya Devi is asking, where is Kailasa? Actually, we have, like how Swamiji told, Swamiji will be sharing about where is Kailasa in Mahashivaratri. So do not miss out the live satsang on Mahashivaratri for answer. And
so actually, as all of you are watching, as all of you are listening to this, what are your thoughts on why Kailasa is needed? And each of you, if any of you have any questions, or if you're curious, or if you have a different understanding, y'all can definitely leave it as your as a comment under the Facebook live video.
I'm seeing Ma Cato Prikotko has posted it's need for wisdom. Okay, great. Ma, see now Kailasa, like what do you think when you say wisdom? What do you feel about it? Like why? Could you just explain it, brief it in a few words about why Kailasa is needed? Requesting everyone to kindly go to Kailasa's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page.
If you're watching us on Facebook, you can go and comment under Facebook page. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can comment under the live chat under the YouTube also. So wherever you're watching us, please do drop a comment and you can directly interact with us. And to all see, there are many ignorant fools in the name of being, modern Hindus, modern man, who do not understand the necessity of Kailasa. So, like Swamiji tells, there are so many people who are so ignorant. Actually, many times I'm surprised when people comment and when people do not understand this. And when they comment about, what is Kailasa needed? Hinduism is all safe. Really, it is unfortunate to see such ignorant people existing, who do not know the value, who do not understand the necessity. It is like Swamiji tells, right? A very beautiful example, an analogy that Swamiji gives, where if you bring up your son with all your love, spending your time, treasure, talent, everything on him, and after becoming, after growing up, where he is expected to support you, he takes all the money, wastes it, and finally, there is nothing left to continue your generation. That is exactly how the modern day neo-Hindus are existing. Those who feel, why Kailasa is needed, why all this, and those who mock at that, just understand. All of us need to know the value, the importance of why Hindu civilization nation is needed.
Bhairav Ramcharan is telling, because modern civilization is degrading consciousness, whether it is food or music or entertainment, and we need Kailasa to upgrade consciousness into enlightenment.
Wow,
absolutely beautiful, Laya. Like how Swamiji explains. Now, if like what modern day civilization, see, it's not even like how we are living right now. There is no streamlined way of living. The lifestyle itself is corrupted, and each of us are in the name of freedom. Instead of being really free, we are only becoming slaves to our patterns, our incompletions, our ignorance, and our immaturity.
Bhairav Ramcharan, just answering, just adding to what beautifully you had shared. So true. And also, in this modern day, it's all merely driven by fear, greed, and where all these experiences, all these sciences does not exist with its authentic context. I was just thinking, today, in this day, still there are many, let's say, Hindu musical academies that are existing, that are reviving all of this. Or there are many places where Hindu architecture is trying to get revived. There are people in different parts of the world, in different scales, small scale, large scale, whatever. But people are trying to, experience or give an experience of that authentic Hinduism or whatever. But the context of it is missing.
Absolutely.
Like yoga.
Yeah.
The best example is yoga. See, today there are so many people who talk about Patanjali yoga and the ancient yoga, etc. But the context, till I actually listened to Swamiji's explanation about yoga, right from breathing, visualization, verbalization, all those 12 components that make up one asana.
Never actually this concept about one asana. We all know, maximum we might know yogas with asana and pranayama. Never these bandha, mudra, dharana, abharana, all these things, 12 components. So like this, there are so many sciences which we don't know completely about, which is not only partially taught to the world. So the whole fruit of it is not gotten to the level you can actually get it when you do it. So now we are having more people who are commenting. Mario also is telling, blissful people, Gurukul is mainstream education, no violence, no junk food, no drugs. 70% of people are enlightened. Temple is center of each city and community, most important. Okay. Ma Vidya Devi has put for self-realization within the divine. Okay. Getting more and more of you who are answering for the questions that we're asking. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, Shivaya, you're continuously asking. So yes, we are calling you out.
Yes, and Shivaya, you can also share. Yes, Shiva, there's a person called Yes Shiva who's commenting. You can also share about why you feel. Maybe this is the first time you're coming across this video, or you're just new and you're just getting to know about this. What do you feel as you're learning about Hinduism? Please drop in a comment and share with us.
So all of you, so nice, Ma Vidya Devi, you had shared about for self-realization within the divine. Nice. So these are all the different understandings that we have about enlightenment, about this nation, Kailasa. See, many people, like, we don't know about what exactly is happening as Kailasa and enlightened civilization. When you just, actually, if you all can just go through the page, Kailasa's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page, you would see every single day how so many temples, so much is actually happening in Kailasa. You can just go through the page, you will be able to see it.
So, continuing this thread of why Kailasa is needed for this enlightened civilization. See, what do we mean by enlightened civilization? Let's come back. So there are like Mariam Alps Aya and Bhairav Ramcharan, many of you are posting. What is this enlightened civilization? What do we mean by enlightened civilization? My understanding of it, how I understand when Swamiji tells us enlightened civilization is that there is a higher purpose to life. There's a higher context to life. The basic thread line, the underlying thought current to life is not merely fear, greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, violence. See, right now, society in some facets might be successful, in some facets might not be successful. But the underlying, the baseline thought current of our existence is to gain name and fame, to be rich, and to be either the fear of failure that is driving us, or the greed of success that is driving us. Right from an LKG child who goes to school to a 50-year-old who's planning for retirement. Everybody, their life is driven. Society drives them with fear or greed.
So actually, this brings me to a question. Right now, isn't these fear, greed, like a part of human beings? Isn't it like a package that human beings always operate from fear or greed?
Actually, there's a clear fine line between where your fear or greed becomes the major driving component of your life. For example, let's say our whole society today, right? Be it the politicians, be it law, be it religion, be it schools, education institutions, all of them use various institutions to continuously impose fear and greed and drive you based on that. Even law is an institution that is used to put you in fear and greed and drive you through that. So this is what is driving the humanity today. The same way, in the ancient Hindu civilization and nation, when Hinduism existed, flourished all around, when the global Hindu diaspora existed without any invasion or disturbance at that time, the whole structure was based on consciousness. I'm not saying that people did not have fear or greed, but that was not the major, based on higher science to life, the greater science of life, which is why fear or greed was not used as the main tools of manipulation.
Understood. So not just as a driving factor. So whatever component, whether we have it as a component inside us or not, the driving factor that we had was not that. Beautiful. Now we have more people commenting and seeing under the YouTube video from KAILASA's Nithyananda YouTube channel. I'm seeing Ilango Ayya was explained the only Hindu nation in the globe is Kailasa with Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Wishes and Dikshan is an eternal for lifetime.
Beautiful, Ayya.
And ecosystem where we have everything we need in this life. We need Swamiji in our life.
So my Gayatri Ramroop has posted that.
And Ilango has also put it's a lifestyle practice by guidelines of Paramashiva and with the support of Kalabhairava. It's a way of life one has to experience during the time of Swamiji and with Swamiji. Absolutely, Ayya. Actually, that's the most, like, all of us are too blessed because when an avatar has happened in the physical body, we get to be living around him. Just imagine and see how many times we would have wondered when we just flip to the pages of Bhagavad Gita book or Mahabharata's book or Ramayana, just wondering about, oh my God, how would have Arjuna actually lived with Krishna? How would it have been? How would Krishna eat? How would it be around Krishna? How would it be around Rama? Now, instead of you just trying to visualize it, you can actually physically experience it. That's so beautiful. That's a beautiful point.
And also looks like Ma Jayesh and Vijesh are also back. They were having a small technical glitch. Yes, Ma Jayesh and Ma Vijesh, if you both are back, you both also can add. They're having so many people actually commenting right now live on YouTube and Facebook. So many of them are sharing why Kailasa is needed from the perspective of reviving this enlightened civilization. See, be it bringing legitimacy to Hinduism and so many different aspects, Kailasa is important. But today, mainly we are addressing on why Kailasa is needed to revive the enlightened civilization nation.
And why this enlightened civilization nation itself is needed. Why is that needed for the current day? Okay, like right now, all of you can just go and see, like just this last few months, the amount of instability that has brought in your lives, the amount of problems that you went through, the kind of things that you had to deal with just during this pandemic time. Many people even dread the year 2020 because of that. Just this whole thing could have been solved by living the authentic Hindu lifestyle, where you will not be affected, even physically, if you experience some disease, but mentally, all the other problems that economically you would have faced would not have happened just through the authentic Hindu lifestyle. I'll give an example. All the people, all of Swamiji's devotees, whomsoever were there and participated in the Paramashivoham program, you can just go and look at their testimonials. There were a lot of events that had happened. You can just go through our Facebook page in the event section. In each event, just go and see how much people have shared their experiences. How many experiences, amazing experiences people have had. How just by practicing this authentic lifestyle that Swamiji is giving through Kailasa, how people have experienced amazing transformations in their lives. How the pandemic did not even touch. Actually, many people were sharing. Some people are saying that they were feeling like they were inside a protected bubble. So everything that came was like just outside that bubble, and they did not even feel the pandemic's effect on them. So that is how it is to be, like, practically talking. This is just one example of how living the lifestyle of Kailasa and have living as per what Swamiji is guiding. It's just amazing. Your whole life transforms.
Yes, we have Ma Jayesh and Vijay who are back. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can also go ahead. You can also share.
I just wanted to add on to what
connection, Mami Jesha? Looks like there's a small...
Yes, sorry for the technical glitch. We were facing a little bit of audio issues from our side. Are we audible now, Nithyananda Satsang? Yes? Okay. Thank you. So I just wanted to add on to what Natatapriya was sharing. During the past couple of months, actually the past year itself, we have had such a, let's say, a very interesting year with COVID and that was taking over the world. Swamiji not only has opened up Paramashivoham, but he also started something called the Paramashiva Ganas at that point of time. It was a time when people, instead of spending time at home thinking of the pandemic, they spent more time in contributing towards KAILASA, however they could help, the way they could evolve. Everybody who was part of the Paramashiva program were actually evolving into something much more than what they were. Continuously, Swamiji kept them busy by giving so many different projects, giving them all a platform to be able to explore and evolve themselves. They were actually given just a platform to become who they truly are. Swamiji went into the detail of actually opening up each and every person's potential. Be it, if you knew anything about web designing or not, if Swami gives you a project, you immediately learn it. You spend most of your time and energy into learning it rather than spending time and thinking how exactly the situation in the world is. Swami beautifully given a hand to all of us, all the devotees and disciples of His Divine Holiness. He had just taken them, given them a hand and smoothly pulled them through the pandemic.
I'd like to further take you all through the presentation to show the glory of Hinduism and how Kailasa is reviving it. So we would now like to further take you all through the presentation. And as we are going to be sharing the slides with all of you, just one last point. So many of you are continuously commenting on YouTube and Facebook. So just wanted to take a few minutes to read out and answer all of your doubts as well before we enter into the subject itself.
Wow, I'm seeing a huge comment. Ananda Gyan has put this. Do we want our life, children's society to be sustained? No civilization system has sustained more than 1,500 years. Only Hindu Tamil Sangam itself has written history back 11,000 years and more. Even after one full year of COVID, nobody even claims to have a solution for any civilization or society. Nobody even claims solutions for all individuals and entire societies, and certainly no proven solutions. The UNICEF, IMF, WHO, World Bank, and World Economic Fund themselves all foresee more government dependence for people, less independent ability for individuals to be productive, less expectation for individuals to even be active, alive, contributing, and self-sustaining members of society and Earth's family. It's not an overstatement. Kailasa is the only place even speaking about global solutions. Amazing. I have such a beautiful point you brought out.
Ananda, you have put it so beautifully, and you definitely, I would request you to go ahead and make what you have actually written as a post on Facebook.
Thanks, Swamiji.
Yes.
This is a beautiful way you're written.
And people need to know also, because just under the comments would only expose it to a limited audience of people. Please do go to Facebook, Twitter, use hashtag Nithyananda, hashtag Kailasa, and mention Swamiji, tag Swamiji, and please do post it. Ananda Nyanaya, this is especially for you. Please do go ahead and make a post so that this reaches to more number of people. Even beautifully I've put with the reference links as well. So that's
yes, and I'm continuing to read it. And certainly it is the only proven solution anyone can hold up. Okay, if we want solution, let's see where the solution is. Actually, this is the work for Hindus. Who other than Hindus shall we expect to deliver the needed benefits to failing societies? Can anyone show another place showing, giving real life solutions to any and all individuals and a proven solution on a civilizational scale? Then this is the work for Hindus. Wake up, start giving, and maybe more important, living what is expected. What is Hinduism? Why would we expect anyone else to do this job? Absolutely, and it's very important. when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revealing these, it is important for all Hindus across the globe to stand up, to respect it, and to take that. Actually, we are seeing it, like how so beautifully you put it. It is only Swamiji who is giving a solution. That's so true, no? Nobody else is even talking about global solution. We're trying to find, okay, how we can sort it out, but no one else is talking about global solution. I'm just amazed, like, yes, that's an amazing thing, which individually, see, there are many huge, like the governments are trying to combat with the pandemic, but it is only Swamiji who is even talking about a global solution and giving various ways, be it the Akanda Mahavakya chanting, or the whole Pache Patni Vratham, or the Paramashivoham programs that Swamiji had conducted, or giving specific recipes on what are all the different things we can consume. My God, the contribution of Swamiji is just amazing. And 6 tips to deal with the pandemic, 8 techniques to deal with the pandemic, and 5 amazing techniques to deal with the pandemic. So many, every single day. People are actually, I would say, in the world, people are trying to withdraw as much as possible. They're trying to reduce, cut down how their availability to people, reducing and cutting down how much their contribution, because they themselves are going through a hard time. It is only Swamiji who doubled, tripled, and extended the services through all the Kailasas across the globe. And on top of that, every single day, coming for the Nithyananda Satsang and repeating multiple times, repeating even the same thing till we understand, till we realize, till we cognize it in different ways, giving it to us so that we are able to just have this pandemic redundant and actually be able to be enlightened. So it's amazing, such a beautiful point you brought out.
And actually, this is reaching out to a whole, like a global audience, a mass at large. And this is very important, and that was so beautifully shared. I actually remember in one satsang, in one Adi Saivam Tamil satsang, Swamiji will tell a beautiful Tamil word. I would just like to paraphrase it. I don't remember the exact words completely, but Swamiji will tell in Tamil, like thousands of years before, and Swamiji will be telling about how the civilization of Hinduism existed thousands of years before. So one part of that sentence that I remember, Swamiji will tell in Tamil, Kallai எரிந்து கொண்டிருந்த காலத்தில் கல்லாலயம் கட்டினோம் நாம், means when people were in the stone age, where people were discovering how to use stone, we had huge structures of granite existing. We had huge stone temples that were existing. Swamiji so beautifully explained, compared how stone age, where people were discovering, trying to chip stones and discovering what to use it. And they were trying to, make use of stones. We had already carved deities, carved temples, built temples on stone. That was the advanced, that was the enlightened civilization that existed. Now, let's go to the next step of it, this next segment of this. Now we all are understanding what is this enlightened civilization. Now let's see how it actually impacted and how it actually applied in the lives of people. And today, the modern day society, what are the issues we are facing because of not having an enlightened civilization? Actually, we are the right people to talk about it. We modern people who know the science is existing, but we are in the modern world where still, because of continuous brainwashing and invasions that we have been put through. What are we Hindus facing? Each of you, every viewer that is watching us on Facebook, every viewer that is watching us on YouTube, each of you take a few minutes. Now, all of us discussed and understood a lot about this enlightened civilization. Now, what do you all think about today's modern day society? How is it existing? And how we all contributed in each of these fields. See, how our enlightened civilization, how we advanced in various facets. Actually, and now how it is that we are facing, what kind of a society are we facing? So let's first see where and how we contributed, where and how we excelled, how advanced we were. How exactly enlightened civilization, because many of us think enlightenment means sitting under a banyan tree, closing your eyes and just, meditating. Swamiji beautifully defines enlightenment is being successful, advanced, free, excelled in various facets.
And as we are sharing, if you know like how beautifully Ananda Jnanaya had compiled like a beautiful comment and put, and we are seeing many of you are joining in now, just take a moment and post your comment. You can just put it, how you feel, how was your understanding about it. Maybe you're understanding some examples of how Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Hinduism has contributed, how it is a greater science of life. So you can keep posting those in the comments.
So now let's see the contributions of Hindus. The enlightened civilization that has contributed in various fields. The first is contribution in the field of mathematics. Yes, Manitya Jayasha and Manitya Vijayashananda. Would you both like to start sharing as well? Looks like now you're back.
So just to tell, again, just seeing many of you who are coming and joining is Nithyanandam to all. And you all can keep posting in the comments, whether you can put it so in two places we are right now seeing. Actually, when you can use, if you want to talk to us through Twitter, you can just use the hashtag Nithyananda. Yes. So just to tell, again, just seeing many of you who are coming and joining is Nithyanandam to all. And you all can keep posting in the comments, whether you can put
we're actually seeing a lot of people posting on under the YouTube Live, the Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us in today's segment and letting us know what your views, what you think about Kailasa. We are so glad for everybody who have been continuously, the comments have been pouring in. The comments have been pouring in, and we're so glad that all of you are part of this segment with us. So we'd like to move forward to just give all of you a little bit more information on the glory of Hinduism. Right now, Swamiji is working tirelessly, continuously contributing in so many various fields that are there that Hinduism has got to offer. And because there is so much more, Swamiji is just going on and on and on, continuously coming for satsangs, giving darshans, reviving the science of power manifestation, be it yoga, be it puja, everything from the source scriptures themselves. So let us go back a little bit and then we'll see a little contributions of what or how exactly Hinduism has contributed in various fields in the past. Contribution in the field of mathematics. Zero and the number system are considered to be one of the greatest innovations in history. The decimal system, the value of pi, algebra, trigonometry, calculus, and many mathematical concepts, all of which were discovered by ancient Hindu mathematicians such as Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta, Bhaskara and Varahamihira. The solution to partial fraction was known to the Rigvedic people as states in the Purusha Sukta. The 3/4 Purusha went up, 1/4 of him again was here. Ramanuja was one of the greatest mathematicians to ever walk the planet, who frequently said, "An equation for me has no meaning unless it represents a thought of God." And he wasn't kidding. Like ancient Indian mathematicians, Ramanujan only noted the results and summaries of his work. No proof was worked out for the formula he came up with. He straight away credited his work to the divine providence of Mahalakshmi of Namakkal, a family goddess whom he looked for inspiration. The mathematician said that he dreamed of goddess's male consort Narasimha, who was denoted by droplets of blood, after which scrolls of complex mathematical work unfolded in front of his eyes. More and more scientists are coming forward with the top findings only to discover that Ramanujan had already been there before. If you see, there are so many contributions that just it is only from a few of the scriptures that exist in today's world. Out of 100 million scriptures, if I'm not wrong, Jason? Because if you see, when the invasions had happened before, Hindus, we were rich with scriptures, we were rich with knowledge. And before, how India was, how Hindus were living was such a magnificent sight, because when invaders had come to India, the only one thing that they could see was how we were screaming luxuries and we were screaming such great lifestyle, right? So all invaders could not understand how we were living in such great harmony while they were having chaos and rifts and fights and finding out who was going to be beating the other king to get the throne. We were not like that. One thing that the invaders had conveyed to other states and their people was, we have to somehow break the backbone of India. We can't even find one beggar in India. Understand, that is exactly how we lived. We were self-sufficient and we had all the things that we needed, right? So that is how we Hindus lived. So
Actually, we have a
when
beautiful
the
video
invaders had come, they wanted to break the backbone of India. Sorry, Mother, you can go on. Understand, that is exactly.
where Swamiji explains this, why Kailasa, about why this Hindu civilizational nation. So let's take a few minutes and watch that video now. I request our technical support team to kindly play the video.
Implementing the first principle of consciousness-based life. Life positive attitude and aptitude in every level, every plane, life, every zone of life. Life is revival of Kailasa. Aptitude in every level. When I say Hinduism, I mean the great zone of life is revival of Kailasa. When I say Hinduism, I mean the greater science of life, greater science of consciousness, greater science of universe, greater science of cosmos. In every level, making people wake up to this greater science and living is the purpose of Kailasa. Understand? Every time when a Hindu is diluted or converted, when a Hindu is diluted or converted, world is losing spiritual depth. Every person spiritually becoming deeper, start living this greater science, world is gaining spiritually. Our purpose is helping the world to gain more and more spiritually. Make the world gain more and more spiritually. I have seen in India. Understand? India is two-layered nation. One, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. Next, the territory called India. Please understand, the civilizational nation is in extreme danger. The civilizational nation is getting choked literally from all corners because Hindus are fundamentally minority globally. Understand, the world is global. It is no more territory based. The moment internet has become our lifestyle. Many times I told you, in the 7 billion population, internet is the city which has 4 billion population. More than 4 billion population. So be very clear. After the introduction of the internet, world is no more small countries, territories, borders, islands. No, it's a globe. In the global level, Hindus are minority, and the civilization of the Hindus, the ecosystem of the Hindus is getting literally choked. Hindus are in the middle of the war. Either you wake up to this truth or you die while you are asleep. Either you wake up to this truth or you die in the sleep. There is no other choice. The civilization which has not woken up naturally has no right to live. Hindu civilization need to wake up to the truth. As a civilizational nation, you are literally getting choked. Whenever every Hindu is diluted or converted, you are losing the land also. Understand? The loss of civilization is the loss of territory also, because for any nation to exist as a nation, the why need to be answered. Hindu civilization is the why. Answer for the why you need territorial nation. Anti-Hindu elements are destroying that civilizational nation.
Yes. Like we were seeing, like Swamiji explained, in each aspect, in each dimensions of life, enlightenment is needed as a root, as a underlying thought current, as the underlying our very flow of existence should be enlightened civilization, enlightenment, which makes us go beyond fear, greed, jealousy, anger, hatred, and violence, which solves almost 75% of the world problems today. Be it war, be it terrorism, be it downfall in economy, or be it job issues, or be it relationship issues, or conflicts within the nation, all of these gets resolved when there is a higher purpose to life, when there is enlightenment, consciousness added into life. So let's see, there are many of you who are continuing to ask more and more questions and doubts. Just going to go ahead to the YouTube and Facebook channel. Yes, let's see. We have
okay, we have like a lot of people commenting on YouTube now. Divyananda is telling we need a place where we can live proper human life instead of being made into labor or consumers. Actually, Mom, I wanted to explain this a little more. When you say labor or consumers, it is not just in that, like in any hierarchical structure of the society, but you might be in any hierarchy of the society, you are still being made as a slave for your own patterns and incompletions. You are being made as, you are treated as a consumer, and you're forced and you're manipulated in every level. You might be in a very advanced, developed city, but how much of, I'm talking about a fundamental food. Do you have access to the right healthy food? I'm not talking about what we say as healthy, just the green leafy vegetables, we talk about it as healthy, but is it really organic or is it adulterated? 90% or more than that is food-like products and not food really. Just see around you. That shows how you are being manipulated, and as a consumer, you're manipulated. And it is only Kailasa which is providing a lifestyle where you can be enlightened and have access to the right things that is needed for you. So that's a beautiful point.
Yes. And now I request the slides to be continue to be projected. Let us see and address now what exactly, where and all Hindus have contributed and how Kailasa is reviving this enlightened ecosystem. So I request the slides to be projected. The part where the Kailasa, how Kailasa is reviving it and how Hindus have contributed is that. Please do project.
Actually, sorry, I think there's a lot more comments coming. I just would like to read out these comments. Yes, many people are posting gratitude messages to Swamiji, and Subramanya Maya has posted, we Hindus had discovered and invention so much in mathematics, but the world does not know. People are talking of Western people as in enter all these. How? Why? Correct question. This is something that all of us as Hindus need to question. Why? Even right now, as a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, so much contribution is being done by Swamiji. Why all those are not highlighted and posted everywhere? That is a very clear signal that shows how much we as Hindus are attacked in every level. The contributions that Hindus are doing is not known to the world. It is just being stopped without even reaching the world. Okay, many more, always looking forward for discussion on Hinduism and satsang. Best moments. Thank you. Ma Devi Karani.
Ma Devi Karani, yes, it's nice to always have you and actively participate, Ma. Ma Devika Rani, you have known Swamiji, and you have been very much involved in our Sangha as well. So can you please share what you feel about Kailasa reviving the enlightened civilization? What do you understand as enlightened civilization, and what do you feel? How do you feel that it translates to modern day? You and Subramaniam Tyagarajanaya, yes, you can also please go ahead and share. I request all of you, I have a question for all of you. If you all can go ahead and share how you feel Kailasa, how you feel this enlightened civilization translates to the modern day human beings. How do you think it benefits the modern day human beings? You all can share. I'm sure Swamiji has given a lot of insight on that. So yes, Subramaniam Tyagarajanaya and Ma Devika Rani Airapadam, all of you can share as well. Jambulingam Shanmugamaya also, one of our training in ambassadors.
So Jambulingam Maya has put beautifully, you must live in the present, launch yourself on every wave, find your eternity in each moment. This is eternal bliss, cosmic secret of enlightenment, ancient knowledge and civilization of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagatguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, our beloved Swamiji, creating Kailasa in all countries, only bring this truth of reality to teach each one of us to become a Kailasa enlightenment ecosystem of Paramashiva Jnana, the pure science, Paramashiva Vijnana, the applied science, with experienced science of powerful cognitions of truth. So beautiful. I think Jambulingamaya, you should surely make this as a post and share it. So beautiful. Yeah. So yes, the powerful cognitions manifesting as powers in every level and raising the consciousness of each of the individuals. See, when will the society go to the next levels? We may say when there's a scientific advancement, there are some scientific breakthroughs, or the leader who's leading that particular country or a nation is heading towards something. But just imagine how amazing the superconscious breakthrough would be for a nation when the leader of the nation is making everybody in that nation enlightened, elevating the consciousness of the whole. So that's what Swamiji is doing to each one of us.
Actually, talking about this, how if everyone experiences enlightenment, the whole consciousness of society is elevated. So talking about that, I remember in one satsang, Swamiji will define the collective consciousness, the collective level of human thinking, the whole collective consciousness reflects the state of a nation. A nation is a direct reflection of the collective consciousness of that society. That is why in certain, like we have different sections where there are each country, there are different thought currents, collective thought currents, collective root patterns, collective patterns. Now, a collective pattern of a society directly affects, if you are taught, see, if the fundamental principles in your society teaches, kill a person who does not believe your religion, kill a person who is not listening to you, or you are a sinner, you are a slave. If that is a collective pattern that is taught, where each person cognizes himself as a slave, cognizes himself as a sinner, and is forced to go and attack someone, if that is a collective pattern, the byproduct of that collective pattern of a society will be terrorism. If the collective pattern of a society is taught, you are the sons of immortality, you are the daughters of immortality, you are divine. Now contribute to others, make everyone experience a divinity as you, respect, revere, be life positive. If that is the fundamental principles that is being taught, the collective patterns of the society is stitched in this thinking, the byproduct of that will be blissful, peacefully coexisting civilization. Now, having understood this, please go Google top 100 CEOs of the world. Google top 100 terrorists of the world. You will understand why an enlightened civilization is needed. Where the collective thought current. See, there are two parts. One, if you are the institution, if you are continuously taught, if the collective thought current is continuously made you believe that you are a sinner, you are a slave, you have to attack or kill anyone who is not believing he is a slave, you have to kill a person who is not listening to you, getting converted into your ideology. If that is a collective pattern that is taught to you, the byproduct of that collective pattern in the society is terrorism. Now, the collective patterns, the collective thought currents around you, if you are continuously being taught that you are divine, and because you are divine, make others experience the divinity as you. When the collective pattern is making you experience that you are divine, making you contribute proactively to others, the byproduct of that will be a blissful, peacefully coexisting, successful civilization. Now, Hinduism was a blissful, peacefully existing, successful civilization. That is why till today, even if you don't completely, if you're not a Hindu, just following these ideologies, top 100 CEOs, just Google it for yourselves. See how many top 100 CEOs are Hindus. And you can Google it for yourself and see top 100 terrorists. You will simply know the difference. The ideologies that you are brought up with, the principles that you are taught matters. Hinduism teaches the greatest science of life, enlightenment, as a fundamental principle of existence. Yes, so let's see. We have more. We're just going over the comments and live responses on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, you can actually just keep posting in the comments and we'll keep reading up all the comments that you're putting.
And I also request the tech support team to project the slides. Meanwhile, as we are reading out the comments.
Wow, many of you have posted. Ma Shanti Bas has posted gratitude to Swamiji, and Subramanyam has posted enlightened civilization, I think, is super intelligence that is having all good conduct about barbarianism and having divine qualities and power manifestations.
Okay, that was beautiful, Aya. Ma Devika Rani, what do you think? What is your answer for it? Oh,
Okay,
she has also posted.
And Ma Shivamaya has posted. Nithyananda, wishing all here watching the best day of life. Okay, just congratulated all the people who are watching the satsang. Ma Devika Rani has posted. KAILASA is enlightened civilization. Definitely, it has benefited all of us. Today, because of Bhagavan and KAILASA Sangha, I imbibe so much of knowledge and beautiful lifestyle of sincere Hindu. Everyone, everything is seen as auspicious. Every day is a celebration because Hinduism has powerful cognitions for positivity and possibility to realize our higher self. Thank you so much. Kailasa is real. So beautiful, Ma. Actually, you shared in a very personal level to say every day, many times when you wake up from your bed, the first thing many people might go through is, why did I wake up? This is a feeling that many people go through, or people might feel kind of depression, especially if, like sometimes even the diet that we are eating, etc., also matters. But many people have this not feeling the auspiciousness everywhere because the fundamental cognitions that we operate from, that modus operandi that we all operate from generally, when that is based on some powerless cognitions not empowering you. For example, when you learn yourself to be a sinner, whatever best you do, you have an automated mechanism where you start beating yourself up, pushing yourself down. Whereas Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the first introduction it gives to you is Amritasya Putraha, sons of immortality. It gives an amazing introduction of you to you. Introduces you to you as consciousness. The first Upanishad's first verse is Isha Vastyam Vidagam Sarvam. We are enveloped with consciousness. We are consciousness. Consciousness pervades anything, everything, everywhere.
Actually, also, Ma Devika Rani had posted a very important point as well, where you were addressing about the powerful cognitions. It is very, 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 very important for all of us to understand, because today you're taught, don't fail. You're taught, oh, don't cry. You're taught so many things, right? Oh, you have to be successful, you should not fail, or you cannot do this, you cannot do that. You're taught what not to do, but not what to do. You're taught, don't be angry, but you're not taught what to do when you're facing anger, how to deal with it. These powerful cognitions are a beautiful cushion that you can fall back to, that you can lean on when you're actually facing problems and crisis in your life. When many people tell, oh, don't get affected by bullying. So, don't get affected by people bullying you. Don't get affected when people call out names on you. Don't get affected by seeing trolls. Don't get affected by seeing comments that are disrespectful. Yes, but what do you do when you actually face that? When actually you're starting to get affected? It is only after coming to Swamiji, it's only after listening to Swamiji, the first time in life I heard someone not tell, don't fail, someone who taught, how do you become successful? What is a powerful cognition that you use? When the fear of failure is coming, how do you go beyond that? How do you overcome that fear of failure? How do you overcome that failure? These are powerful cognitions that give you the signs, that acts as a, like when you're actually facing the situation, what is a weapon that you can use to overcome that? These powerful cognitions that Swamiji is giving to all of us every day through the Nithyananda Satsang, where you're not taught, don't fail. You're not just taught, oh, don't get affected. No, you're taught how you are something much more. You are divine. You're something much more than what they are defining you, so that you can overcome with the words or however they're throwing on you, or the trolls that you're facing, the comments that you're facing, which affects you, how to go beyond that. You're not just taught what not to do, but you're given the experience of what you are, so what you can do.
Actually, we have a beautiful video explaining where Swamiji explains this. See, like all these powerful cognitions, when you can, it'll be like a philosophy when it comes from a human being level. But Kailasa is run by gods and goddesses. We have a beautiful video clip where Somji explains this. So let's watch that video now. I request the tech support team to kindly play the video.
Nithyanandam Swamiji, the Paramashiva is the sound in us when there is no sound created by us, and Dakshinamurti is the no visualization state of us. And so, how Mahadevi can be interpreted, and on what we have to concentrate to achieve the oneness.
Vijayan, all the ideas you presume here are wrong and false. So your whole question and the ideas, concepts on which you are building the whole question is wrong. Paramashiva is sound and silence. Dakshinamurti is visualization and absence and no visualization, and all your visualization disappearing into the great light. Visual silence does not mean absence of visuals. All visuals dissolved into the greatest visual, supernal effulgence of me. So all your binary logic ideas have no base, and every word you have uttered here is delusion. Next.
The next question number 4, from Constance Chapin from Guadeloupe. Nithyanandam Swamiji, what is my mission at Kailasa?
None of you have any work or mission in Kailasa. I have decided Kailasa is going to be run directly by gods and goddesses. All human beings can come only for darshan and program to Kailasa. No human beings are allowed to stay in Sri Kailasa. The gods and goddesses are going to run the Kailasa directly, including administration. Annapurani is here physically to run the Annalaya of Kailasa. If she decides she is interested in manifesting through you, and if you decide to do tyaga and surrender your being at her feet, and if she decides to manifest through you, then as long as she decides to manifest through you, you decide to allow her to manifest through you, you will have visa in Kailasa. You can be volunteering in Annalaya department. Either one of you decide not to allow the other to manifest. If you decide you don't want to allow Annapurani to manifest through you, or the Annapurani decides she doesn't want to manifest through you, you go back to Buloka. You go back to planet Earth. So no human beings in Kailasa. It's very clear. Any human being who is ready to do tyaga of his being, sarva parityaga, and ready to manifest the gods and goddesses of Kailasa, are welcome to apply. Once you apply, those gods and goddesses will directly interview you, and then they decide whether you will have mission in Kailasa or not. All permanent residency in Kailasa is only for gods and goddesses, the bodies chosen by the gods and goddesses for them to manifest. All human beings are welcome to come and have darshan, initiation, attend programs, receive boons and go back. human beings will get only visa. Only gods and the bodies through which gods have decided to manifest going to get permanent residency or mission. So be very clear. Venkateshwara and Mahalakshmi is directly going to run the treasury and finance ministry. Kalabhairava is directly going to run the security. Each department, those gods and goddesses from Kailasa are directly going to run and administer. The home ministry will be directly run by Parashakti. Annalaya directly by Annapurani. Each department will be run directly by my own manifestations, gods and goddesses of Kailasa. Anybody who is ready to do Sarva Parityaga, including their being, for those gods to manifest in you, you are welcome to apply. Then they decide whether you receive visa or permanent residency or citizenship.
Swamiji beautifully explained how Kailasa is going to be run directly by gods and goddesses. The manifestations of all the gods and goddesses.
Yes, looks like as Majesh and Vijesh are fixing their technical issue right now. See, let us continue on why Kailasa, especially like Swamiji explained, it is going to be the gods and goddesses that are running. Right now, all our leaders, all the leaders in a society, it is them, their personal vested interests that based on which they run everything, right? Whether it is in the field of medicines, in the field of education, in the field of food industry, all of these industries, and even the politicians and leaders, they use their power, their position to fulfill their personal vested interests. But Kailasa, which is going to be purely run by gods and goddesses, where Paramashiva himself is walking in his physical body and running. What does he have? What can Swamiji gain from us? What is there for us to add more? What is there for us to fulfill? There is nothing. So only when it is run by gods and goddesses, there is no personal vested interest. There's no personal agenda that they have to fulfill. So it will be simply run for the society, for the benefit of humanity, for the benefit of people. That is why Kailasa's governance by the gods and goddesses is extremely special and important. Now, to all the viewers who are watching us, for each of us, the governance, the Kailasa, the way Kailasa's governance is functioning is extremely important to understand, because that has no personal gains, that has no personal fear or greed that is running, that has no personal agendas to establish. It is purely run by gods and goddesses, where enlightenment, the higher science of life, is the only factor with which the whole country is run. We have Jambalingam Shanmugamaya who is posted, all right, wrong, good, bad. It's created by this pseudo society of binary logic in the last 5,000 years to the shrinkage of humanity. But only Kailasas will give ancient knowledge, civilization of Hinduism, the multi-dimensional logic of Sankhya to expand the consciousness of each human worldwide. Thank you, Swamiji, for your unconditional love and care towards humanity. Superconscious breakthrough. To move to the next level on higher dimension of Paramashiva, Mahakailasa, of cosmic consciousness. Jambalingam Shanmugamaya, it is so beautiful to see how beautifully you're putting it in words. You're very nicely sharing it as to how this whole consciousness and how Swamiji is reviving this whole thing. So thank you, Aya. Jambalingam Shanmugamaya. Kandipa, you can put it as a post on Facebook as well. Yes. Now let's see, we have so many more comments. Yes. I'm now going to go to YouTube comments and see as well any questions that you all have, any doubts that you all have. You all can post it here. We have so many people actually trying to pick what comment to read because we have so many comments that are coming through.
Actually, some of you are even asking about death. I'm seeing questions on death by Jobin Joy. Actually, we have a beautiful playlist on death that Swamiji had revealed. I really suggest you can go and go through that playlist. It's so beautiful and really, actually for me, when I used to hear this word death, I used to feel like I hated that word. I'll never be able to hear it. And when I see people talking about it, I'll feel like they're crazy. Like, how are they even talking about it? And only when Swamiji revealed about death from Kathopanishad, it was so powerful. So powerful. All can ask, I really recommend you to go through the playlist. We have a beautiful playlist on death that Swamiji had spoken. Please do go to our YouTube channel, the same channel you're watching, and just type the word death. You'll get a huge number of videos on death, and do watch it. Yes, okay. So many people are commenting. Prasil Dasaya, Satyojataya, Nithyanandam, Nithyanandam Lakshmi, Nithyanandam for everyone who are here joining us. And in a few more minutes, we are going to be having the Nithyananda Satsang, where we can have the darshan of Swamiji. So continue to be staying tuned here, and you can keep discussing with us.
Yes, looks like now Ma, Jayesh and Vijesh are also back. So yes, I'd like to have just one question I have to ask both of you as well. So it looks like many of our audience, many of our viewers. So it looks like many of our viewers, there's one point that all of them are continuously addressing and all of them are continuously discussing about is how this enlightened civilization, when we are talking about enlightened civilization, how is it going to benefit us in the world today? And many of them are beautifully sharing how after meeting Swamiji, these powerful cognitions have helped them in their life. So how do you think from the dimension of, whether you are a youth, a child, an adult, a person who is career-oriented, a person who is family-oriented, how does enlightenment help you in your various facets of life? Would you like to share on that?
Yes, you all can share. And Amma Chondol, I'm just seeing your Amma Chondol, where are you from? You could just put that in the comment. So I'm going to read out the comments that you have put. Yes, but Kailasa has to overcome the society that is run with vested interest. Like You're asking a question, how will Facebook make a superconscious breakthrough? I have the same question for you. Right now, you're watching us through Facebook. You're watching Swamiji every day in satsang through Facebook. How has your experience transformed through this? We have so many KAILAShians who are there across the globe who every day experience Swamiji, manifest powers, experience superconscious breakthroughs just via these platforms that Swamiji is live
and
through.
Also, Ma Shandol, just wanted to answer your question, Ma. Sorry, Ma Jayashan. She just wanted to answer her question. She has asked, still Kailasa has to still overcome. So we are talking about a society which is continuously driving others through fear and greed. And she says Kailasa is still in that society. Human beings, we are come that. That is so true, Ma. But see, many places you are taught don't fall for fear or greed. But who teaches you how not to fall for fear or greed? Who teaches you how to face that society? Who teaches you how to not get cowed down? How to not get boxed down by the society that is driving you by fear or greed? It is Kailasa. So it is only after meeting Swamiji. See, many times people have told me, oh, don't, you cannot have fear. You should not be having fear. When I was brought up, many of these are told to me. My teachers taught me how to be good. My society continuously teaches me how I'm expected to behave, everything. But when I am made to face a situation, how do I deal it? Never once it was taught. Everyone told me, don't fail, study good, don't be a failure in life. That is what was taught. But nobody teaches how to face life, how to be successful in life. Everyone teaches what not to be. Very rarely, you're not even having a right exposure to where you're taught what you are and what you're out to be. So Kailasa, it is Swamiji who's giving those powerful cognitions. It is true. We also have to still face. Every day we are still coming live on Facebook where we have to face a society, that is still driven by fear, greed. We have to face those questions. We have to face those people. When we are walking out and when we are facing people, yes, we have to come face to face with the reality. But the best thing is we have the strength in us is these powerful experiences that Swamiji has given us, these powerful cognitions that Swamiji has given us, which empower us as to how we have to deal with when we come face to face with such a society. So, Ma Chandol, I believe this answers your question.
So all of you can keep posting your questions, your understandings. I'm seeing a lot of questions and understandings and clicks, experiences coming up. So I'm just going to choose a few and going to keep answering. So please don't miss commenting. Right now we are live through 300 plus Facebook pages and YouTube channels. So it's so beautiful. Many of you might be watching us through a different platform. So just come to KAILASA's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page, or on Twitter, you can just use the hashtag Nithyananda and you can tweet. So we can see your question, doubts, and we can answer it.
We have a lot of conversation going on about death, everything as well. So
yes, so I'm seeing Vinay Kashyapaya, Nithyananda Maya. So here's also a question. I have a question. Ma Tatopya, what is Nirvikalpa Samadhi? Yes. So the Nirvikalpa Samadhi is beautiful explanation, like how to experience it, what are the techniques to experience it, how powerful it is to experience it. Like as you're asking about videos, yes, there are so many videos that Swamiji has put in the same channel that you're watching from. Just go and search for Nirvikalpa Samadhi. You would get a bountiful of videos where you can really experience Nirvikalpa Samadhi.
Yes. So now, yes, Ma Jesha, back to you. Sorry, just we had a huge number of questions that were coming through and we were addressing them. Yes, Ma, now back to you.
I've also been following the comments that are going on YouTube actually. There are many such comments. For instance, Ma Divyananda Manitya said that, put simply, we need a place where human beings are not slaves to the status quo. Empowering each being needs to start in childhood with Gurukul. Guru is needed for every single being. She said this on YouTube. I understand that we're trying to for a long time we've been trying to have a panel, but then everybody online wants to be a part of this beautiful segment. We're so glad that all of you are commenting and being a part of it. And to emphasize on what Ma Nithyananda said, it is actually kind of true, Ma. You are right. Every being needs a guru. And also to answer to what Ma Nithyananda has been asking us, being youth ourselves, we've almost come to a state where most of them, our age, are indulging in varieties of things that people normally do not. For instance, depression has become something that is more of an achievement in life, a phase in life, rather than a mental illness. Suicide has become something that people are talking on day-to-day basis. When we are brought up with these powerful cognitions as a young child, as when a guru goes on and continues to transmit powerful cognitions to the child, and the child starts growing on that, every problem they have, they turn to the powerful cognition. In fact, it never leads them into depression. It never leads them into taking a bigger step that is almost going to the brink of ending their life. In fact, every small problem, they'll always just think of what the Guru has taught them. Take Gurukul for example. I joined Gurukul when I was 16, and only after that I even understood the concept of powerful cognitions. When kids fall and they go around and say, "Do not cry, pain is alive." Hearing things like that. Pain is alive. They continue to tell this, and once you start understanding, once it becomes a part of you, right, you grow up with it. So as you grow older, anything that happens, the first thing that goes on is pain is alive. You will never even step into thinking, "Oh my God, it hurts, I'm bleeding." There's nothing like that. You're like, "Okay, pain is alive." You connect with Bhagavan, that is all. Life is so beautiful the way people our age are living. In Gurukul, that is. But in the outer world, in the modern world, nobody is able to understand that. And I see Matatupi and Nithyananda continuously looking at the Facebook comments, and I think more of them are pouring in with their expression. They're so happy.
Because so many people, I'm just going to read out what Ma Amma Chandol has put.
So Ma Amma Chandol, you have put another point saying that the most important thing is to stop separating Hindu ancient wisdom and the Mahayana ancient wisdom. I think they're one and the same. Actually, Swamiji explains in Bhagavad Gita, the whole the Sankhya philosophy, the whole Sankhya revealed by Kapila, and that whole thing is Mahanirvani. It comes under the Mahanirvani Akhada, and Gautama Buddha is also a part of Mahanirvani Akhada. He in fact gets initiated from our Akhadas, and only then he takes sannyas. So all of these, see, Hinduism is like an umbrella under which there are so many subsects, so many philosophies, so many different ideologies, so many thought currents. Hinduism is all encompassing. There are so many various thought currents. There are so many various schools of philosophies. There are so many there's a word that Swamiji uses for it. But there are so many schools of philosophies and ideas that are there. There are so many various things that are there. So even Buddha, even Buddhism, then even Mahavira, even Jainism, all of them are part of Hinduism. In fact, Swamiji beautifully explains how this Kapila's, the Sankhya philosophy, is what Krishna speaks about, is what Gautama Buddha speaks about. And all of them are Mahamandaleshwars of Mahanirvani Akhada. They're all directly part of that. So, Amma Chandol, Hinduism is not excluding any school of ideology. All of these are directly included, directly rooted on Hinduism. Actually not just included, I should say they're all directly rooted on from Hinduism.
It is a subset of Sanatana Hindu Dharma only. So it is not separate. That is why Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is continuously working on making Hindus understand this, making everybody understand this. And I'm getting so many of you are posting so many questions. Actually, Ma, just to answer this question of yours, that is when we have a beautiful verse. Ekam sat vipra bahuda santi, meaning truth is one, but the paths to achieve that truth is infinite. So Sanatana Hindu Dharma is exactly that. That infinite paths put together is Sanatana Hindu Dharma. That is why only in Sanatana Hindu Dharma we have the concept of Ishtadevata, where you visualize your deity and you decide how your deity should be. You have the concept of you choose your God. There is nothing like, okay, this is only one God and you're forced to worship that. No. You can relate to God. It's like a window through which you experience the God. That is even in Ishavasya Upanishad, Hiranmaye ena patre ena satyasyapi hitam mukham, where it says how that glaring light of the sun is actually revealing something behind it. So the pure consciousness is being veiled by it. That's exactly how even we see everything. Even a deity is not a stone for us, but it is deity through which we experience God. Actually, so it is like how you experience God, through what you experience. The channels are infinite.
And also, Amma Chandul, all the traditions of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, every thought currents, all the principles, everything, they're all various branches that leads you to the same source, which is consciousness. That is why, like, if we are given so much of freedom, whether you want to have a form and connect to God, then there are deities. Whether you want to connect to God just in, just through a Shiva Linga, just to that plain, a formless form, you want to connect to that, then there is Shiva Linga. Then whether, or you want to connect to God as energy, as nature, then you worship sun. Whether you want to connect to God as fire, you worship fire. There's a tradition for it. Or whether you want to connect to God as a female, and as Devi Parashakti, you connect to God. You have the Shakta tradition. Or whether you want to connect to God as a child, then there's a tradition where you worship Kumaris, where you offer and worship children. Vatuka Bhairavas, and Bhairavas, where you do the Vatuka Bhairava Puja, then you do the Kumari Puja, the Kanya Puja, all that. Or there is Guru Shishya Parampara, where you connect to the living God, to the avatar. There are so many ways in which every single Satya is brought to you. Every single powerful cognition, every single truth is brought to you. That also, just wanted to answer you another question through this. That is why Swamiji today, as Paramashiva living in his physical body, every science that Swamiji offers is offered in every way. Like, for example, whether you are a techie, you want to sit in your computer, you want to sit on your couch and experience enlightenment, then you have YouTube and Facebook, which you scroll all day, and we are available all there to answer your questions. Or whether you want to read books, you want to learn Shastras, you want to do the Shastra Dhyayana, you are a scholar and you want to experience the Vedanta, then there are so many books, so many commentaries, so many commentaries of Swamiji's on Upanishad scriptures made available as books given to you all. Or whether for you everything is meditation, you just want to sit and experience, then there's a science of unclutching given to you. Or whether you are, you enjoy eating and you want to indulge yourself into that, but you want to experience something higher through that, then there is a Bhagavad Shastra, a whole science that Swamiji has revealed, and how you can just eat the right and experience consciousness. Or whether you don't want to eat, you just want to, go beyond food, then there is Nirahara Samyamas that is introduced to you. Whether you want to practice, just sit and practice various sciences, or go over these emotions and experience successful relationships, then there is Living Advaita process that is taught to you. Every walk of life. Or whether you want to manifest your career and want to manifest more wealth, then there is a science of wealth that is taught to you, how you can manifest the right wealth and manifest consciousness through that. Or you want to leave all this, you want to experience a higher, the mystical dimension of life, then there are extraordinary powers that you are initiated with. Every aspect of life, whether you're a social media person, you want to experience enlightenment through that, or even if you just want to sleep, Swamiji has given a beautiful technique called Sleep Your Way to Enlightenment, where you can simply, just by completion and sleeping, you will achieve enlightenment. Every aspect of life. So waking up, brushing your teeth. Swamiji actually tells in on satsang, when you brush your teeth for 21 minutes with total awareness, if you're completely focused on that, even that can make you enlightened.
Oh my God.
Every science
only
is given to
Swamiji
you.
can do this. Like, every action, everything There's one thing where just by when you sneeze, you can achieve enlightenment.
Yeah, awareness. When you have your complete awareness, when you're totally aware in that complete sneeze, even if you're able to keep your eyes open with awareness, you'll get enlightened. There are so many things, Ma. So, Amar Shindol, just answering you, Hinduism does not restrict. Hinduism makes you flourish, flower with the powerful cognitions, and that is what simply Swamiji is a testimony of that. Just look, everything, where every aspect you're asking, right? How Facebook helps in superconscious breakthrough. Even you brushing your teeth helps you in superconscious breakthrough. And that is what Swamiji is not
How
just
to
telling.
make it like that is what Swami
Yeah,
is doing
and giving us an
giving
experience.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
the most important point.
And now we have a beautiful video clip from Swamiji where Swamiji explains about this Kailasa, enlightened civilizational nation, in more depth. So let's watch that video. I request the tech support team to kindly play the video. And in this video, if you have any questions, anything you want to ask, you can put it in the chat.
Listen carefully and intensely. Hindus need to wake up to retain the civilizational nation and territorial nation. I am not against India, please understand. But many people, anti-Hindu elements, have created a strong ecosystem, and Hindus are literally getting choked, boxed in through the anti-Hindu media and the media forces the government administration always to go against Hindus and make all the decisions against Hindus, and legislature is forced to go anti-Hindus, and judiciary is forced to play for the gallery. Understand this whole ecosystem. Anti-Hindu ecosystem is boxing in the Hindus and choking the Hindu ecosystem, choking the Hindu civilizational nation. And neither I can reveal all these truths to Hindus. The moment I even started thinking and talking about it, brutal assassination attempts on me, multiple assassination attempts, multiple lawfare, multiple defamation, multi-layer of cyberbullying, media bullying, grabbing my properties, burning my properties, and branding me as property grabber of Hindu properties. That is the funny thing. Anti-Hindu elements grab all my properties and then brand me that I am grabbing the Hindu properties. Hey, it is allotted for Hindus. It is allotted for the purpose of the Hindus. yoga meditation business profession in the States. Just in yoga, meditation and spiritual healing, 12 lakh crore every year. Not 12,000, 12 lakh, please be very clear. 12 lakh crore is flowing every year. If whatever money is flowing transacted through Tai Chi, at least 40% goes to China government. Whatever money is flowing the Zen martial arts, 30% goes to Japan. But we poor guys, we get only 1% of yoga, meditation and spiritual healing. We never did patent and we never respected Indian gurus. You guys never respect. That's the problem. Continuously bashing Swamis is a passion. Abusing Swamis is a passion. How can such big things be changed? You've done enough of damage. You never respected your leaders. So that is the reason. And actually you guys, if you have respected your spiritual leaders, even 10% if it comes to India, think, 12 lakh crore. India don't need any other method of exporting or anything. No need for any other business. This one business is enough. We would have had so much of wealth. But you guys continuously putting impossible rules, impossible laws and continuously damaging. Finally, first of all, we don't feel proud of our philosophy. That's the first thing. We don't feel proud that we have something solid. We can give it to the world. What to say? That 99% is just used by them. Means what? They come and get trained and they start promoting. They become big teachers. And what to do? Of course, tell you honestly, few techniques which I am giving, I read from American University books only. Indian, our techniques, but we don't have Sanskrit originals. Sanskrit originals are not available. That's why now the other day, when I was studying, Samatha books helped me a lot. They are the only publishers who bring the original Sanskrit books. So I was searching who are they. I found they are almost, they are suffering so much. Because they are the only publishers who bring the Sanskrit original works. Practically, neither the money nor the support. Just 3 days ago I called them here. And I told them I'll do all the possible support through our devotees. Come out with original Sanskrit works. Let it not die. I am here because I got those books in the right time. At least the techniques, you see, intensity I had, that is different. But when you have the technique, only then things happen quickly. With just intensity without technique, I will have to wait till Buddha's age. I would have waited 40, 50. No, that won't work. Unnecessary waste of time. With the right technique, you can do things in a very short time. Who preserve the techniques? The Sanskrit books. They published a wonderful work called Complete Roots of Shankaracharya, 10 volumes, Sanskrit to Sanskrit. Wonderful book. That is the book which created base for me when I started studying the Shastras. And he says, I was telling about this, Swami, just because of that book only we have fallen. Because nobody purchases. He says, at least for 20 years we have 300 set. Each set is 4,000 rupees worth. One set is 4,000 rupees. 300 set. And we are not able to push it into the society. And how do you expect us to reprint any more Sanskrit books? After that we simply stop doing Sanskrit publishing. Sanskrit publications. I said, don't bother. As far as this book concerned, I will see that it is sold through some method, but don't stop publishing. And from them only I got these original Shiva Sutras, which I am going to comment on this January to March. If these guys are not there, we will not even have the sutras. because I started making Hindus aware of all these truths. Multiple brutal assassination attempts I faced. All my ashram, my monasteries, my properties were grabbed. My ashrams and temples were burnt. And I had to go through the intense defamation, cyberbullying, lawfare, multiple arrests, government-sponsored terrorism, terrorist attack. I have to go through all of this because I started making Hindus aware. I started making Hindus aware that Hindu civilizational nation is under attack. The volume of atrocity material getting created on Hindus. Understand. Hindus need to understand, I have been attacked because I started working for all of you. Oh Hindus, please wake up. The anti-Hindu elements, the anti-Hindu ecosystem, their target is you, not me. Because I am working for all of you, they started targeting me. Many Hindu leaders in India are realizing that now. Now I have moved out, so now all of them are getting targeted. If you are a Hindu leader, Hindu thinker, Hindu guru, if you are unapologetic Hindu, you don't even need to be active. If you are just unapologetic Hindu, be very clear. Anti-Hindu elements are too powerful and Hindus are in midst of a war. Hindus are under siege in India. I should say not only in India. I think in Pakistan, Hindus are already wiped. There is no Hindus left in Pakistan. Even few days before, one temple was burnt. Hundreds of years old temple was burnt, demolished, destroyed. There is nobody even to give voice. There is nobody to give voice. It is not going to be spoken in the United Nations. Now, of course, I am trying to take every Hindu issues to United Nations, Human Rights Commission, everything. But I am a weak voice, sitting in one corner. Anyhow, I will not give up. I will not give up. I will go on, work and put it on record and take it to international community. Understand? A man who enters into the war knowing that he is going to win is a warrior, leader. A man who does not bother whether I am going to win or not. I am going to put my whole life and stand for the truth because the truth is the truth is the truth. Is Tyagi. I am a Tyagi. I don't care whether I am going to win or lose. I only know Paramashiva is with me. I stand for Paramashiva, Paramashiva Satyas, and the great truths revealed by Paramashiva. This greater science called Hinduism. If you want to come with me, along with you. If you don't want to come with me, without you, if you dare to fight with me in spite of you, I will make the Kailasa happen. Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation with territory, will happen. I'll make seed bank for Hinduism. What I mean by the word KAILASA, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. Hinduism is all about contributing. Either you read Vedas, what I mean by the word KAILASA, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself. Or you read Agamas, or you read Tantra, or you read Puranas. It is all about contribution. That is why even in the war, so much of restriction and so much of righteousness even in the war. understand? After thoroughly studying all the Hindu scriptures about life, death, war, administration, economy, law and order, social order, enlightenment, after thoroughly analyzing, understand? I don't want to say I have read all scriptures, but I have read enough scriptures to understand what I am talking. After reading all this, I am absolutely convinced Hinduism is all about life positive. Extremely life positive. Whether it is a simple act you are expected to do, making rangoli with the rice powder outside your house, in front of your house, or applying marudani in your fingers, mehendi, or applying the turmeric powder for your face and kumkum early morning. Everything is all about life positivity. Life positive, life positive, life positive, life positive. Go on contributing, contributing, contributing. Not only minimum bare minimum, as low as possible, taking back from the Jagat, but giving as much as possible. Hinduism is all about that. That's it. I tell you. Why do you think Hindus are the richest ethnic community, not only in United States of America and Canada, Europe and Australia, almost all major countries all over the world? Hindus are the richest ethnic community. I tell you, because from the young age, the religion imbibes this contributing pattern. There will be always exemption that is different, but as a rule, anyone living Hindu, practicing Hindu, if he brings up a child in a practicing Hindu way, it'll all about contributing. I tell you, I am so happy. I had amazing examples of contributors in my life whom I can see and grow, and who taught me contributing makes Parameshwara manifest through you. I tell you. When I came out of Ramakrishna Mission, the first ashram I established, I named it after Ramakrishna Mission as Ramakrishna Dhyana Peetham, for my deep gratitude to Ramakrishna Mission that I learned how to do hard work. I never felt I was exploited, I was cheated, and I should start fighting against Ramakrishna Mission. No. I felt, oh God, how much they taught me to do hard work. A great opportunity I got to do hard work, sincere work. You can talk to any Ramakrishna Mission sadhu. They will tell one thing. Oh, Nithyananda, yes, he was our brahmachari. 24 hours he will be working. Workaholic fellow. We have reminiscences from many of them. I feel extremely grateful that they have given me an opportunity to learn hardworking. Understand? I tell you. Contributors, wherever
Tandem. Now, as all of us are watching this, you can keep posting your comments. What are your understanding? And like right now, we saw like Swamiji explaining about the Kailasa's policies, how Kailasa runs, etc. Now, as you are listening to these, what are your understandings? What are the clicks that you have? And what are your questions? You can take a few minutes and please post these in both Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook, the main page, actually, we are live through 300 plus pages. So whatever you are understanding, you're having as questions, please post it in under the main page, Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. Yes. So now just okay, Ahmad Chondol is asking about what is she asking for to send? Swamiji, just listening to you brings so much completion to the theme. Yes. And if you all can post whatever questions you all have, you all can post as comments. There are so many of you. Swamiji revealed and Swamiji explained this structure, the nation, in the enlightened civilization nation called Kailasa. Yes. So yes, we are yes, it's almost 10 p.m. in India already, and so many of you, there are so many of you now sitting and seeing, reflecting back on your day and seeing how, see, each of your day, it's 10 o'clock night, so where many of you would have finished your work, finished so many things. Now, take a few moments and just see throughout your day, what thought currents run your day? What is it that you face majority of the day? Are you being driven by fear? Are you being driven by greed? Are you afraid, oh my, will not? What exactly drives your day? Understand collectively for each of us what thought current we come across each day, majority of our day. That is what is going to decide that you will live in. Yes. Now with this, I come to the conclusion of this segment, and we are going to be entering into the most awaited segment, having the darshan of the avatar. So let us all get ready. Let's prepare with a small meditation. Let's just enter into meditative space so we are ready to receive the avatar. Please sit with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes. Breathe in and breathe out deeply and slowly. Now, start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Love, simple love. My own life has manifested as life in all of you. The most precious thing you have is your consciousness, life. It can be molded, manifested as you want just by your Ichcha Shakti. You need Kriya Shakti only to enjoy it, not to manifest it. Listen. What you want can be manifested just by your sheer Ichcha Shakti. Your Kriya Shakti, action power is required only to celebrate it, enjoy it. Let me explain more clearly, more straight. Listen. You want a healthy body to enjoy this world. That can be achieved just by sheer Ichcha Shakti. Sheer Ichcha Shakti is capable of triggering, manifesting Kriya Shakti. Understand? My sweet, simple love to all of you is the reason I am revealing this deep secret, sacred secret. Understand? I am absolutely integrated to my love to all of you. My integrity to my love to all of you. That's the only reason I am coming and sitting here. Otherwise, I have nothing to gain. Just now I got up from my samadhi. Actually, I am taking a very nice tea without milk, with ginger and crambu. I don't know the word for, English word for crambu. Usually they use that for teeth pain. If you have a teeth pain, you can just keep that crambu. And with all that herbs, I'm having a nice tea. And my life is extremely peaceful, happy, simple. Krambu, English word is close. I make that as a paste and use for my brushing also. That's paste for me, toothpaste for me. Now I'm taking tea also with that cloves. My life is extremely peaceful, happy, simple, joyful. You can see very clearly that this Vibhuti marks. Seeing the Vibhuti mark, you can know very clearly. Just now I had the shower and my puja. During the shower itself, I will do my Atmartha puja and whatever. I am absolutely sitting peacefully in my samadhi. The only reason I come and sit here and talk to all of you is my simple love to all of you, my simple integrity to all of you. Listen. One of the biggest problem all human beings feel that they need to do a lot of actions, they need a lot of Kriya Shakti to achieve anything they want, health or wealth or enlightenment or powers. That is delusion. Please understand, you need sheer Ichcha Shakti, means will, desire, that's it. The desire itself is capable capable of manifesting Kriya, the action power. Listen to these 3 words. Ichha Shakti, your desire power. Power to desire, will. Kriya Shakti, power to work intensely and manifest. Jnana Shakti, power of enlightenment, knowledge. See, one of the biggest problem all of you have is your delusion that too much of work is needed to achieve anything. Whether you want health, oh, I have to get up and do yoga, stretch my body. Only then I can have health. If I want wealth, I have to get up and go to office and work like a dog, day and night. Only then I will have wealth. First of all, you don't understand, no dog works. Anyhow, listen. It is actually delusion. Please listen. Your sheer power to desire, Ichha Shakti, gives 99% success. 99% means 99.999% success is your sheer desire power, Ichha Shakti. Your Kriya, the action power needed is too small, too small. Listen intensely. At least all my disciples listen. When you are terrorized, you will see only frightening negativity all around you. You will lose trust on everything, on Guru, on life, even on yourself. When you fall in love, even your stupid, cheating girlfriend, cheating boyfriend will look like a god. So your opinions are delusion. Don't build your consciousness, your life based on your opinions. Build it based on the true wisdom, true knowledge, right understanding about life. I tell you, listen carefully. I'll give you this one example. I'll take the example of your health. That's the most important thing. So I'll touch that example. You apply this principle in every aspect of your life. I'll give you the example of health. Listen. You always think if you need health, you need to do yoga, gym, diet. Too many things are involved in your health. And the moment you think about all the actions you need to do, you get tired and you give up on your health, your idea about your health. I tell you, only thing you need for your health is your willpower, desire to be healthy. Just go on building that. Imagine you already have a healthy body. How it feels to be a healthy. beautiful, shining, glowing, happy, youthful, energetic body. I tell you, if the life is infused into your life, consciousness, if life is infused into your consciousness in the form of Ichcha Shakti, desire, 99.999% of the work is done. Your actions are needed only to enjoy what you want through that healthy body. See, I am not disrespecting Kriya Shakti. Listen carefully. I am not disrespecting Kriya Shakti. I am only saying your delusion about Kriya Shakti puts you in tiredness, boredom, frustration, life negativity. That is what is wrong. Many of my own disciples, I can list, I can name, your sheer delusion, fear, puts you in life negativity, frustration, and due to that frustration, you actually destroy your health and lose your life. I tell you, fill yourself with desire, intense desire for health. Ichcha Shakti. Ichcha Shakti is too powerful. Without even your knowledge, it will push you and make you do all your homework, your yoga, your gym, and your diet, everything without even your knowledge. If you are constantly thinking about, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, to keep myself healthy, one day you will go to gym and do some 10 biceps and find out 10 minutes workout, and then you'll see, oh, whether my biceps have become big. You'll be going on checking. Listen carefully. If you infuse Ichcha Shakti, desire to be healthy, you will see your whole life aligns, cosmos aligns itself beautifully. I am not telling all this to make you as a good human being or better human being. No. If you listen to all this, you will become good human being, better human being. It's different. My interest is not just making you as a good human being or better human being. My interest is to make you conscious human being, enlightened human being, enlightened being. I am telling you, your Ichcha Shakti, desire power, is intensely capable, powerful to manifest whatever you want. Your Kriya Shakti is needed only to enjoy what you want. Your Kriya Shakti is not needed to make what you want. Your Ichcha, your Kriya Shakti, action power is needed only to enjoy what you want. After you manifest the healthy body, whatever you want to enjoy, you may want to enjoy many things like a tasty food or nice music or beautiful visuals or the taste of the touch, whatever you may want to enjoy. Only to enjoy your action power, Kriya Shakti is needed. Not to manifest. To achieve what you want, to manifest what you want, your Icha Shakti, desire power is more than enough. Unfortunately, you have so much of delusion. You are brainwashed so much by mediocre ideas of society. I'm telling you, these mediocre ideas keep you away from me. These mediocre ideas make you feel life is difficult. I am not giving you self-confidence, or I am not a self-confidence preacher. I only reveal truths. You may gain self-confidence from these truths, but I just reveal truths alone, because I love you. It is simple logic. I love you too much. When I see each one of you, I see you as a life in whom the real consciousness can be infused, or I see you as a consciousness in whom the life energy can be infused, and the life can really flower in you. Listen, if you had a good sleep and early morning, you wake up peacefully, how fresh you feel. That freshness is called Jagrat state. Like Jagrat, 1,000 times fresh is Turiya state. Like Turiya, billion times fresh, alive is Turiyatita state. And it is so easy to infuse the Turiyatita state into your consciousness, into your Jagrat state. It's as easy as giving Vibhuti to you. As easy as giving you Basma and touching your forehead and blessing you. It is that easy. Listen to these truths. Get out of your delusion. Your fears about tiredness, boredom, frustration, status quo. Why you live in a status quo life? Because you think, oh, nothing can be done. It is all like this only. I am beaten already. I am broken already. Some like a deluded mess. Listen carefully. This one truth, if you drill inside you, you can get out of many of your delusions. Desire power, Icha Shakti, your visualization capacity is the most precious, beautiful, powerful, important, needed ingredient, base ingredient for you to manifest what you want. If you create the intense burning desire continuously, that is enough. That is capable enough to wake you up from your bed and push you to the gym, make you do the yoga, make you do your diet. Even if you fail 10 days, it will come back 11th day. Even if you die, you will take one more body, and your desire power is capable enough to manifest it. So understand, desire power is enough to manifest what you need. Listen, I am really sincerely interested in making you as conscious beings. That is why I go on hitting at exact point where you are caught. I'll define laziness. Listen. Living in delusion, not knowing the easiness of life is laziness. There is only two states for human beings, modern day human beings: realizing life is easiness and just manifesting what you want and living, or frustrated laziness. Not having enough desire, Ichcha Shakti, is the source for laziness. And all the time beating yourself, saying you don't have enough energy to act, action, Kriya Shakti. Hey. You don't need Kriya Shakti. You need Kriya Shakti only to enjoy, celebrate, not for manifesting. When you start believing the mediocre idea, you need actions, Kriya Shakti, to achieve what you want, you will use this mediocre idea and kill all the Ichcha Shakti, the desire power, and die as mediocre. Die as mediocre. Meditate on this truth. Whether you want to manifest health, mental happiness, wealth, fulfillment, state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, intense desire, visualization, Ichcha Shakti, is enough to trigger everything you need and attract them, assemble all of it in your life properly and manifest it as reality. See, for me to manifest Paramashiva, all I had is intense desire. And the whole cosmos started supporting. Kuppammal, my guru, Mata Vibhutanandapuri, she came in my life. and beautifully, very sweetly, she brought everyone needed in my life for me to manifest Paramashiva. Whether Hamsananda Puri from North India or Raghupati Yogi from Tiruvannamalai or Narayana Swami Tata to teach me the science of Aushadha. She brought everything, everyone. Are the herbs. I have seen in that old age, she will go all the way up to Parvadamalai. Parvadamalai is a small, I should not say small, a nearby village, small village, which is at the foothills of the hill, Parvatagiri. It is said that when Hanuman was taking the Sanjeevani hills to Lanka, from Himalayas to Lanka, along with the Sanjeevi herbs to revive Lakshmana, one part of that hill fell, that is Parvadamalai. And I know for sure that that is true and that Parvadamalai is full of herbs. She will go all the way and climb those hills, collect those herbs to do Aushadha and to make that alchemy process for my body. In Hindu tradition, mantra, Aushadha, through these three, you can achieve powers of Paramashiva. Shaktis can manifest in you. So she used to apply all the three on me, supporting me to manifest Paramashiva. I tell you, the only thing I did is intense desire, Icha Shakti, very strongly. Everything gathered around me. All of you, trigger your Icha Shakti intensely. That's all you need. You will see everything is attracted towards you properly and gets assembled beautifully and manifests as your reality. You will simply manifest as reality. உங்கள் எல்லோர் மீதும் இருக்கின்ற நேர்மையான அன்பினால் இந்த பரமசிவ ரகசியத்தை உங்களோடு பகிர்ந்து கொள்ளுகிறேன். தயவு செய்து உள்வாங்கிக் கொள்ளுங்கள். உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையிலே நீங்கள் அடைய விரும்புகின்ற உடல் நலமாகட்டும், மனநலமாகட்டும், பொருளாதார வளமாகட்டும், ஆன்ம ஞானமாகட்டும், இறைநிலையாகட்டும், மோட்சமாகட்டும், இல்லை இனிமையான உறவுகளாகட்டும், அமைதியான வாழ்க்கை, எதை அடைய வேண்டும் நினைச்சாலும் உங்களுடைய ஒரே ஒரு தேவை ஆழமான இச்சா சக்தி, ஆசைப்படுகின்ற, உங்களுக்கு எது தேவையோ அதை கற்பனை செய்து பார்க்கின்ற, உருவகப்படுத்தி பார்க்கின்ற, நன்றாக புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். தயவு செய்து ஆழ்ந்து உள்வாங்கி புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். நீங்க நிறைய செயல்களை செய்து, வேலை செய்து, உழைத்து, கடும் உழைப்பினால மட்டும்தான் எதையும் சாதிக்க உங்களை நம்ப வச்சாங்கன்னா அது மிகப்பெரிய முட்டாள்தனம்ங்கய்யா. நல்லா ஆழ்ந்து கேளுங்க. இந்த மீடியாக்கர் மைண்டுன்னு சொல்லுவோம், பிரெயின் வாஷ்டு மைண்ட். உங்கள் வாழ்க்கை கஷ்டம்னு உங்களை நம்ப வச்சுட்டா நீங்க முன்னேறதுக்கான முயற்சியே செய்யாம செத்து போயிருவீங்க. இந்த நாத்திக கும்பல் உங்களை அப்படித்தான் நம்ப வைக்கும். இந்த சத்தியத்தை தயவு செய்து உள்வாங்குங்கள். இச்சா சக்தி, அதாவது நமக்கு என்ன வேண்டும் என்று ஆசைப்படுகின்ற, அதை உருவகப்படுத்தி பார்க்கின்ற, விஷுவலைஸ் பண்ற இச்சா சக்தி. கிரியாசக்தி, செயல்பட்டு நமக்கு தேவையானதை அடைவது. ஞான சக்தி, வாழ்க்கையை பற்றியும் உலகத்தை பற்றியும் நம்மை பற்றியும் கடவுளை பற்றியும் எல்லாவற்றையும் பற்றிய தெளிந்த அறிவு. இந்த மூன்றுல நீங்க எதை அடைய வேண்டுமென்றாலும் இச்சா சக்தி தான் அடித்தளம், அடிப்படை, பேஸ் இன்கிரீடியன்ட். ஆழ்ந்து புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். நான் கிரியா சக்தியை குறை சொல்லவில்லை, தவறாக சொல்லவில்லை, குறைத்து மதிப்பிடவில்லை, அதெல்லாம் நான் பண்ணல. ஆனா உங்க இச்சா சக்திக்கே உங்க வாழ்க்கையில தேவையான எல்லாவற்றையும் கொண்டு வந்து ஒருங்கிணைத்து கிரியாசக்தியையும் வெளிப்படச் செய்ய வைத்து நீங்கள் விரும்புவதை வாழ்க்கையாக மாற்றித் தருகின்ற சக்தி இச்சா சக்திக்கே உண்டு. இப்ப பிரச்சனையே வாழ்க்கையில என்னன்னா, நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் இருக்கிற பெரிய பிரச்சனை, இந்த கடும் உழைப்பை பற்றிய பயத்தினால் இச்சாசக்தியையே அழித்து விடுகிறோம். கடும் உழைப்பு மற்றும் வருகின்ற வரப்போகின்ற தடைகள், பிரச்சனைகள், இதையெல்லாம் எதிர்கொள்ள முடியுமா அப்படின்னெல்லாம் இல்லாத கற்பனையான லூசுத்தனமான நாத்திகத்தனமான, நாத்திகம்னா என்ன, எதையுமே நம்பாமல் டிப்ரெஷனையும் பைத்தியகாரத்தனத்தையும் மட்டுமே நம்பி வாழறதா நாத்திகம். அப்சல்யூட் லைஃப் நெகட்டிவிட்டி, அதுதான் நாத்திகம். இந்த நாத்திகத்தனமான மன அமைப்பில் சிக்கி தமிழ் இனமே சீரழிந்தது. தமிழ் இனத்தை சீரழித்தது இந்த மூணு விஷயம்: சாராயம், அளவுக்கு மீறிய காமமும் வன்முறையும், ஆபாசமும் வன்முறையும் சேர்ந்த என்டர்டெயின்மெண்ட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. என்டர்டெயின்மெண்ட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பாய்சனா மாறிடுச்சு. மூணாவது, அப்சல்யூட் லைஃப் நெகட்டிவிட்டி லைஃப் பிரின்சிபிளா மாறிடுச்சு. வாழ்க்கை எதிர்ப்பே வாழ்க்கையின் தத்துவமா போயிருச்சு. இந்த மூணு தான் தமிழ் இனத்தை நாசமாக்கியது. ஆழ்ந்து கேளுங்க. எல்லாமே கஷ்டம், எதுவுமே கஷ்டம், எதுவுமே சாத்தியமில்லை அப்படின்ற இந்த கிரியாசக்தி, செயல்படுவதை பற்றி உங்களுக்குள்ளே விதைக்கப்படுகின்ற பயம் இச்சாசக்தியையே அறுத்து அழித்து நாசமாக்கி விடுகின்றது. முதல்ல இந்த கிரியாசக்தி செயல்படுவதை பற்றிய பயத்தை விடுங்கள். உங்கள் இச்சாசக்திக்கே நீங்கள் வாழ்க்கையிலே அடைய வேண்டிய அத்துணையையும் கொண்டு வந்து ஒருங்கிணைத்து ஒன்றாக்கி உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையை மலரச் செய்து அளிக்கின்ற சக்தி உண்டு. உங்கள் மீது எனக்கு இருக்கின்ற நேர்மையான அன்பினால் இந்த பிரபஞ்ச ரகசியத்தை உங்களுக்கு சொல்லுகின்றேன். உங்களால் நான் அடைவதற்கு ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. யாராலும் நான் அடைவதற்கு ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. உங்களால் எனக்கு ஒன்றை கொடுக்கவும் முடியாது, என்னிடமிருந்து ஒன்றை எடுக்கவும் முடியாது. உங்களால் எனக்கு ஆக வேண்டியது ஒன்று என்கின்ற ஆசையும் எனக்கில்லை. உங்களால் என்னை பயமுறுத்த முடியும் என்கின்ற பயமும் எனக்கில்லை. நீங்கள் ஓட்டு போட்டு நான் அதிபராகப் போவதும் இல்லை, அல்லது நீங்கள் ஓட்டு போடாவிட்டால் நான் ஓட்டாண்டியாக மாறப்போவதும் இல்லை. உங்களால் எதையும் கொடுக்கவும் முடியாது, என்னிடமிருந்து எதையும் எடுக்கவும் முடியாது. சர்வ சுதந்திரமாக, உங்களிடமிருந்து சர்வ சுதந்திரமானவனாக இருப்பதனால் என்னுடைய நேர்மையான அன்போடு இந்த சத்தியத்தை உங்களுக்கு சொல்லுகிறேன், கேளுங்கள். உங்களுடைய ஆசை உருவகப்படுத்தி பார்க்கும் சக்தி, விஷுவலைசேஷன் பவர், இச்சா சக்தி உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையில் நீங்கள் வேண்டுகின்ற தேடுகின்ற எதை வேண்டுமானாலும் கொண்டு வந்து அதற்கு தேவையான அனைத்தையும் அனைத்து பாகங்களையும் கொண்டு வந்து ஒன்றாக்கி உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையை மலரச் செய்யக்கூடிய சக்தி உங்கள் இச்சா சக்திக்கு உண்டு. நீங்கள் ஒவ்வொருவரும் பரமசிவனின் நீட்சி. நீங்கள் ஒவ்வொருவரும் பரமசிவ பரம்பொருளின் நீட்சி, எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன். நீங்கள் ஒவ்வொருவரும் பரமசிவ பரம்பொருளின் உயிர் பிம்பம், லிவிங் ரிஃப்ளக்ஷன். Not just dead reflection, living reflection. உங்களால் நான் அடையப்பட வேண்டியது ஏதும் இல்லை. நீங்கள் என்னதான் முயற்சித்தாலும் என்னிடமிருந்து எதையும் நீங்கள் எடுத்துக்கொள்ளவும் முடியாது. ஆசை அச்சம் இரண்டாலும் உங்களோடு எந்த விதமான பந்தமும் இல்லாத அந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு நபரால மட்டும்தான் உங்களை நேர்மையாக நேசிக்க முடியும். உங்களை நேர்மையா நேசிக்கிறதுனால இந்த சத்தியத்தை சொல்றேன், கேட்டுக்கோங்க. நான் உங்கள் மீது வைத்திருக்கும் அன்பும் நட்பும் மிகுந்த நேர்மையானது. ஒரு சில விஷயங்களை புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. இந்த நாத்திகத்தை கூட ஏன் விமர்சனம் பண்றேன்னா, இந்த நாத்திக கருத்துக்களால் உங்களுக்கு ஏற்படுத்துற உங்க வாழ்க்கையில ஏற்படுத்தப்படுற பாதகம், குந்தகம், உங்களுக்கு நடக்கிற டேமேஜ், அதை பார்த்து அதனாலதான் இந்த நாத்திகத்தை விமர்சனம் பண்றனே தவிர நாத்திகர்கள் எனக்கு எதிரிங்கிறதுக்காகலாம் விமர்சனம் பண்ணல. அவர்களை நான் எதிரியாக கருதுவதும் இல்லை. நாத்திகம் உங்களுடைய உயிருக்கும் உங்க கான்சியஸ்னஸுக்கும் எவ்வளவு பெரிய கொடுமைகளை செய்கிறதுங்கிறதுக்காகத்தான் அதை கூட விமர்சனம் பண்றேன். அது என்னுடைய ரியாக்ஷன், அவ்வளவுதானே தவிர அது என்னுடைய மெசேஜ் இல்லை. அந்த விமர்சனம் என்னுடைய மெசேஜ் கிடையாது. நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. என்னுடைய ரியாக்ஷன் வேற, என்னுடைய மெசேஜ் வேற. என்னுடைய மெசேஜ் இதுதான், நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. என்னுடைய மெசேஜ் உங்களுடைய கான்சியஸ்னஸ், உங்களுடைய உயிருக்கு ஆசைப்படுகின்ற அந்த சக்தி, இச்சா சக்தி, விஷுவலைஸ் பண்ணி பார்க்கிற சக்தி, உருவகப்படுத்தி பார்க்கிற சக்தி, அந்த சக்திக்கே நீங்க வாழ்க்கையில என்ன வேணும்னாலும் அதை ஈர்த்து ஒருங்கிணைத்து உங்க வாழ்க்கையோட நிஜமா மாத்தி கொடுக்கிற சக்தி உண்டு. இச்சா சக்திக்கே மிகப்பெரிய சக்தியும் உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையை மலர வைக்கும் சாத்தியமும் உண்டு. எங்கேயாவது ஒரு சில இடங்கள்ல நாத்திகத்தையோ இந்த திராவிஷ கும்பலையோ திட்டுறேன்னா அது ரியாக்ஷன், அது என்னுடைய மெசேஜ் கிடையாது. நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்குங்க. என் ரியாக்ஷன் வேற, என் மெசேஜ் வேற. ரெண்டையும் பிரிச்சு பார்த்துக்கோங்க. என் மெசேஜ் இதுதான். இந்த நாத்திக கருத்துங்களால, இந்த திராவிஷ கும்பலோட விஷ கருத்துங்களால நீங்க பாதிக்கப்படுறீங்கன்றதுனால ஒரு ரியாக்ஷன் கொடுக்குறேன். அந்த கருத்துக்களை, அந்த விஷத்தை அருந்தி உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையை அழிச்சிக்காதீங்கன்னு. ஆனால் அந்த ரியாக்ஷனே என் லைஃப் கிடையாது. இது நான் எல்லாருக்கும் சொல்றேன். என்னை விரோதியாக நினைக்கிறவர்களுக்கும் சொல்றேன், துரோகிங்களுக்கும் சொல்றேன். நீங்க எல்லாமே என்னுடைய ரியாக்ஷன். எப்பவாவது கருத்து ரீதியாக நீங்கள் மாறுபட்டு போகும் பொழுது என்னுடைய ரியாக்ஷனை, என்னுடைய மெசேஜ், என்னுடைய லைஃப்னு நீங்களாவே மிஸ் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கிற டெல்யூஷனால உங்க லைஃபை நாசமாக்கிக்கிட்டு துரோகிகளா மாறி போனீங்க, விரோதிகளா மாறி போனீங்க. அவ்வளவுதானே தவிர அது என்னுடைய மெசேஜ் கிடையாது. என்னுடைய மெசேஜ் ஜீவன் முக்தியும் ஜீவன் முக்த விஞ்ஞானத்தை நீங்கள் வாழ்வதும் உயிர்ப்பு தன்மையை உங்கள் உயிருக்குள் மலரச் செய்வதும் தான். இந்த உயிர்ப்பு தன்மை உங்க உயிருக்குள்ள உறைஞ்சு போயிருக்கு. அதை உறைந்து போயிருக்கிற நிலையிலிருந்து மலர்ந்த நிலைக்கு கொண்டு வந்து உயிர்ப்பிப்பது தான் என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கையின் நோக்கம். உங்களை ஒரு நல்ல மனிதனா மாத்துறது அப்படிங்கிறது மட்டும் என்னுடைய நோக்கம் இல்லை. உயர்ந்த மனிதனா மாத்துறது. இந்த உயர்நிலைக்கு போகும்பொழுது தானாவே நல்ல மனிதனா மாறிப்பீங்க. கான்ஷியஸா உயர்ந்த நிலைக்கு உங்களை கொண்டு செல்வது மட்டும்தான் என்னுடைய விருப்பம், என்னுடைய நோக்கம். அதுதான் என்னுடைய மெசேஜ். சில நேரத்தில் என்னுடைய சங்கத்தை பாதிக்கிற மாதிரி செயல்களை செஞ்சீங்கன்னா எங்களை டிஃபெண்ட் பண்ணிப்பேன். அது என் ரியாக்ஷன். உதாரணத்துக்கு ஞானசம்பந்த பெருமான் பையவே சென்று பாண்டியர்க்கு ஆகவே நெருப்பை திருப்பி அனுப்பிட்டாரு. மதுரை ஆதீனத்திலே எம்பெருமான் தங்கி இருக்கிறார் ஞானசம்பந்த பெருமான். சில சூழ்ச்சிக்காரர்கள் ஆதீனத்துக்கு தீ வைத்து விடுகிறார்கள். பெருமான் இருந்த அறையை வெளிப்புறமாக பூட்டிவிட்டு உள்ளே தீயிட்டு விடுகிறார்கள். நெருப்பின் வடிவமே பரம்பொருள், பரமசிவ பரம்பொருள், பரமசிவ பரம்பொருளின் நேரடியான அவதாரம் ஞானசம்பந்த பெருமான். அவரை நெருப்பு என்ன பண்ணும்? நாமெல்லாம் அக்னியை வலம் வருவோம். அன்று அக்னி ஞானசம்பந்த பெருமானை வலம் வந்து வணங்கினான். ஞானசம்பந்த பெருமானும் பையவே சென்று பாண்டியர்க்கு ஆகவேன்னு சொல்லிடுறாரு. அப்பவும் பாருங்க, கருணாமூர்த்தி மெதுவா போய் பையவே சென்று பாண்டியர்க்கு ஆகவேன்னு சொல்றாரு. அது போய் ஜுரமாக பாண்டியனை பற்றியது. அது ஞானசம்பந்த பெருமானுடைய ரியாக்ஷன், அவ்வளவுதானே தவிர அது அவருடைய மெசேஜ் இல்ல. எல்லாருக்கும் ஜுரத்தை கொடுத்து இல்ல வியாதியை கொடுத்து அது ஒன்றும் அவருடைய மெசேஜ் கிடையாது. அவருடைய சர்வைவல் அட்டாக் பண்ணும்போது, அவருடைய சங்கத்தை, அவருடைய பீடத்தை, மடத்தை அட்டாக் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு ரியாக்ஷன் பண்றார், அவ்வளவுதான். அது அவருடைய மெசேஜ் கிடையாது. அவருடைய மெசேஜ் என்ன? பரம்பொருள், சிவ பரம்பொருளின் மீது, பரமசிவ பரம்பொருளின் மீது பக்தி செய்வதும், அந்த பக்தியினாலே சிவ பதத்தை அடைவதும், சுத்தாத்வைத சுகபோத நிலையில் பரமசிவ பரம்பொருளோடு ஒன்றி இருந்து அவரை தன் வாழ்க்கையின் உயிர்ப்புத்தன்மையாக வெளிப்படுத்துவதும் வாழ்வதும், அதுதான் அவருடைய மெசேஜ். ஞானசம்பந்த பெருமானுடைய மெசேஜ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சிவமும் சிவபக்தியும், அதுதான் அவருடைய மெசேஜ். ஐயவே சென்று பாண்டியர்க்கு ஆகவேன்னு தீயை திருப்பியை பாண்டியன் மீது அனுப்பியது ஒரு ரியாக்ஷன், அவ்வளவுதான். அது மாதிரி நான் எப்போவாவது இந்த திராவிஷ கும்பலையும் நாத்திக கும்பலையும் பார்த்து ஏதாவது ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் சொல்றேன்னா அது ஒரு ரியாக்ஷன், அவ்வளவுதான், தவிர அது என்னுடைய மெசேஜ் கிடையாது. விரோதிகள் கும்பலும் சரி, துரோகிகள் கும்பலும் சரி, என்னுடைய ரியாக்ஷனை என்னுடைய லைஃப்னு நினைச்சு டெல்யூஷன் ஆகி பயந்து மிரண்டு அல்லது இந்த டெல்யூஷன்ல கலங்கித்தான் துரோகிகளாகவும் விரோதிகளாகவும் அவர்கள் மாறுவதற்கு அவர்களை ஜஸ்டிஃபை பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க. இந்த ஒரு சத்தியத்தை மட்டும் ஆழ்ந்து தியானியுங்கள். உடல் நலமானாலும் உங்க வாழ்க்கையில எது வேண்டுமென்றாலும் ஆசைப்படுகின்ற, இச்சைப்படுகின்ற, அதை விஷுவலைஸ் பண்ணி பார்க்கிற அந்த சக்தியே உங்களுக்கு தேவையானதை கொண்டு வந்து நிஜமாக்கி வைக்கின்ற சக்தி வாய்ந்தது. உதாரணத்துக்கு ஹெல்த்தை பற்றி இந்த ஒரு உதாரணத்தை புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். நம்ம எல்லாம் என்ன நினைக்கிறோம், ஹெல்த் வேணும்னா விடிய காலையில் எந்திரிச்சு யோகா பண்ணணும், ஜிம்முக்கு போகணும், டயட்டில் இருக்கணும், எந்த விதமான கெட்ட பழக்கமும் இருக்கக்கூடாது, ஒழுங்காக சாப்பிடணும், தூங்கணும், அப்போ தான் ஹெல்த் வரும். இவ்வளோத்த செஞ்சு அப்புறம் தான் ஹெல்த் வரும், இவ்வளோத்த எங்கப்பா செய்கிறது விடப்பான்னு ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேட் ஆகி விட்டுடுறோம். உண்மையில் அதெல்லாம் எதுவுமே இல்லாமல் முதல்ல ஹெல்த் வேணுங்கிற அந்த இச்சையை, டிசையரை ஆழமாக்குங்க. உங்களுடைய செயல்பாடுகளின் தேவை, கடின உழைப்போட தேவை, இதை பற்றிய பயத்தையே யோசிச்சிங்கன்னா அந்த பயத்தாலேயே ஆசையை அழிச்சிருவீங்க. ஹெல்த் வேணுன்ற ஆசையே அழிச்சு கிவ் அப் பண்ணி ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேஷன்ல போய் நாத்திகராயிருவீங்க. முதல்ல ஹெல்த் வேணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஆசையை ஆழமாக்குங்கள். ஹெல்தியா, யங்கா, வெல் பில்ட்டா, அழகா, எனர்ஜெட்டிக்கா, இளமையான ஒரு உடம்போட இருந்தா வாழ்க்கை எவ்வளவு இனிமையா இருக்குன்ற அந்த ஆசையை ஆழமாக்குங்கள். அந்த இச்சா சக்தி ஆழமானாலே தானா உங்களை விடிய காலம் தூக்கத்தை விட்டு விழிக்க வைக்கும், தானா யோகா பண்ண வைக்கும், இல்லை ஜிம்முக்கு போக வைக்கும், தானாவே அதுக்கு தேவையான டயட்டை சாப்பிட வைக்கும், இந்த தேவையில்லாத புகை, மது, போதை பழக்கங்களெல்லாம் தானாவே விட வைக்கும். இந்த ஆசைக்கே, இச்சா சக்திக்கே உங்க வாழ்க்கையில தேவையான எல்லாவற்றையும் ஈர்த்து பொருத்தி தேவையில்லாதவைகளை வெளியே தள்ளி உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையை மலர வைக்கின்ற சக்தி உண்டு. அந்த இச்சா சக்தியை ஆழமாக்குங்கள். இச்சா சக்தியை ஆழமாக்கினீங்கன்னாலே லைஃப் பாசிட்டிவா மாற ஆரம்பிச்சிருவீங்க. லைஃப் நெகட்டிவிட்டி எல்லாம் மெல்ட் டவுன் ஆக ஆரம்பிச்சிரும். இதுக்கு தேவையான செயல்பாடுகள் கடின உழைப்பா தெரியாது. நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்குங்க. பர்செப்ஷன் தான் வாழ்க்கை. கடின உழைப்புன்னு ஒன்ன முடிவு பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா அதை சத்தியமா செய்ய மாட்டீங்க. உலகத்துல கடின உழைப்புன்னே ஒன்று எதுவும் கிடையாது. இந்த பிரபஞ்ச ரகசியத்தை, பரம ரகசியத்தை புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். இச்சா சக்திக்கே நீங்கள் நினைத்தவற்றை ஈர்த்து ஒருங்கிணைத்து உயிர்ப்பித்து உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையாக மாற்றும் சக்தி உண்டு. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and KAILASA of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful. What I mean by the word KAILASA, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa.